And we're live. Coming to you from Eastern Tennessee. No, just kidding. I just noticed there was nobody out there. So I thought I'd get on and start a stream. See if anybody wants to come in. I put a link out there. So feel free to come in. I'm just messing around right now with my guitar. Anyways, I don't know what's going on in the news. I don't think Trump is in trial today. I don't think they do it on Fridays, do they? Sunshine on my shoulder. I guess I should play this before I start playing. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes make me cry. Sunshine on the water is so lovely. Sunshine almost always gets me high. If I had a day and I could give you a day just like today. And if I had a song that I could sing for you, sing a song that makes you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine water looks so pretty. Sunshine all the time makes me high. I had a day could tell you. I tell a tale should make you smile. And if I had a wish, I could wish for you. I could wish for sunshine all the while. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine, the water looks so lovely. Sunshine, all the time makes me high. Sunshine, always makes me high. It's a little something from John Denver. But I don't even know if this is going out. I know my internet is going to be sketchy at the best because it's a little rainy today. Hence the name, Gray Friday. So, but we'll see. Maybe somebody will notice and come in. Make it something interesting about it. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is golden, older than the tree, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Take me home, country road. Hold my memory gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my country road. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mama, mama, take me home, country road. I hear her voice in the morning hour, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And going down the road, I get the feeling I should have been home yesterday, yesterday. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, take me home, country road, take me home, country road. Oh, look it! I do have. I have one listener, the faithful, ever faithful Saint Tom. How you doing, bro? You like it? Does it? Hey, can you tell me if the sound? I'm gonna play another song. Can you tell me if the balance, if I need to maybe adjust something? Maybe be that kind. Let's see. Okay, put on here. If you ask how I've been here without you, I like to say I've been fine. It's what I do. But we both know the truth is hard to come by. And if I told the truth, that's not quite true. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. Sometimes the hard times won't leave me alone. Sometimes a cold wind chill. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. Now the face that I see in my mirror, more and more, it's a stranger to me. More and more, I feel that there's a danger in becoming what I never thought I'd be. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. Sometimes a hard time won't leave me alone. Sometimes a cold blows a chill in my. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. done with John Denver. Yeah, I see one or two people watching. Welcome to come in. We can talk. I can put my guitar down. We can just chat. To bring an instrument, we can play together, maybe. At least, so I'll just play the tune because haven't written the song yet. But basically, I'm going to put together this kind of like a freedom ballad or something, some kind of ballad that just talks about. I don't know if it's a freedom ballad, but it would be just about what's going on today. But anyway, I'll just play it. I'll play through the tune. That's the first time through. I'm going to end it with it. And that last little bit is just a little takeoff on the start of America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful spaceship. End it like that. I gotta get a drink. Oh, hi. Hey, Brojo. What's up? Why don't you come on in? So what'd you guys think of that ballad music? It just goes between an E and an A, and then I forget what that, it's a bar chord. I gotta talk to Victor to see what chord that is, but I think it's some kind of B. And I still don't know if my sound is good. I hope it's all right. Projan says hi all. That's hi to all three people, including me. Hilarious. Hilarious. All right, what we got I do like this Joe Jackson song, like Fools in Love. Fool in love. Is there any other kind of lover? Fool in love. Is there any other kind of pain? Everything you do, everywhere you go, everything you touch, everything you feel, everything you do, everything you know, everything you do it for your lady love, lady love, lady love, lady love. Love. Are there any creatures more pathetic? Ooh, love. Never knowing they've lost the game. Everything you do, everywhere you go, everything you touch, everything you hear, everything you do, and you rock and roll. Everything you do it for your lady love, lady love, lady love. Fools in love, they think they're heroes, cause they get to feel more pain. Well, I say fools in love are zeros. I should know because it's fools in love. Fools in love. Rest of the lyric. When you have a audience, everything's everywhere. Rock and roll. Everything you do it for your lady love, lady love, lady love, lady love. Fools in love, they're heroes, cause they get to feel more pain. I say fools in love are zeros. I should know because it's yay! StreamYard tends to suck, or yeah, probably, huh? Oh, the vocals are low. I'll try to turn them up a little bit. I can get closer to the mic. So okay, cool. Thank you. That's what I was asking for. Oh, Hillary's in here. Hey, baby. I can take some. I can take some requests. Throw something in there. If I can do it, I'll do it. I can do this one. Let's see. Song, blue. Everybody knows one. Hold on, I gotta let Midnight in.
Hello, how you doing, Ironic?
Good. What's up, man? You gonna sing along?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I was just, saying hello again. Yeah,
Sorry,
everybody's here.
Sorry, I don't have a Captain Midnight banner just flash.
That's fine. StreamYard set to suck for live performance. The pitch mode. The picture. What? Hey beauties. Hey Hellrays.
Yeah, everybody's out there. Huh?
Yep. You're going
Oh,
to have a
look at
special
this.
guest. There we go. Exactly. Here he is. The man,
What's
the
up?
myth, legend,
What's up,
PJ
Victor?
Victor.
Hey, Sparks. Yeah, right.
Me and you, subject to the blues now and then. You take the blues and make a song,
You know, it's kind of hard to have
sing
conversations.
them out
with people like
again, sing them out again. Everybody sing.
You know, Ironic, why are you such a Holocaust survivor? Holy shit, you were skinny as hell. Did you not eat?
Holocaust survivor.
Oh, I mean,
I
look
weigh
at his
140
arms.
pounds.
Look at his arms.
What trench did you crawl out of?
Seriously, man, like, do you eat at all?
Yeah, I mean, I eat twice a day.
You know, bring it up to 3 times a day and eat McDonald's for 3 years. You need to gain weight, not lose it.
Dude, I'm in good shape. Look at this. Look at this.
That's not good shape.
Play Babalu on it. Play Babalu on it.
Get the 2 hand slapping on it.
Yeah. Babalu, Babalu.
Victor, did you hear my ballad song? What it sounded like?
No, we literally just came in.
I was listening
You
to
might
a
have
little
been
bit.
out there.
The one you're playing right now, or did you play something different?
No, it was okay. So I'm gonna, it's a ballad kind of song. It's just gonna be not a lot of repeat, but it's like 3 verses. Goes from E to A to E.
Give
And
him
then it
some
goes-
of yours, good night. Okay.
And then-
you
and
wanna
then
get an
I-
operation?
Okay, so
Mhm.
Victor, what chord is this? Okay, put bar the 2nd fret,
Uh-huh.
and then skip a fret, and then do the A on the next one. So there's okay. So second, what is it's a B of some kind? I thought.
Well, okay, this is F, so I think it's we go from.
Oh, maybe.
If are you borrowing from the top, or are you like, is your bass note the
Yeah, like,
actual E
okay.
string?
Okay, let me see.
So I
See
think
how
it's
okay. Can you let me highlight myself? Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
hold on, just let me get. Okay, so see where my the capo.
Oh, you got a
is at.
capo too. Okay.
Okay, so anyways, come down. Okay, so I'm gonna bar right. I'm gonna come
Yeah.
down 2 and just bar that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then my other. So it's like,
Okay.
okay, so this is barred, and then this
Mhm.
is just the A. This is the A. Oops, this is like the
Yeah.
A, right? So what chord is that?
Okay. So right now, what you were on. Okay, so if you're barring that bottom, it's going to be an augmented style of it. But the thing
Okay,
is,
wait,
if
you
you're
don't
hitting-
have a capo. You
it's-
don't have a capo on, right? You don't have a
No, I don't have a
on here.
capo. Where's your capo at?
Right. So here, I took it off.
Okay.
This is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. It's like a power chord. You're doing like a power F.
Well, it's not. Well, it's just the A. It's not a. If I was doing an F, I'd have to do
Bar.
something more like. Okay, so I'm
Okay, what-
barring the 2nd fret with my forefinger,
Yeah.
index finger, right?
Yeah.
You do that,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
then you're gonna skip. Then you skip the fret, and then your ring finger will play the
Oh.
A. Will play the
I
A.
see. So you
while
don't even use the bar.
I am.
Oh, I
I'm just-
see. Okay, that's a augmented B. That's okay. Right now,
Was I right? It was some kind of B, right?
well, you're still using the A as a root note.
See, it's almost exactly like a B minor, except you would take the string in the middle off and move it over.
Right, and then down one and finger it down. So it's like a.
It's an A shape on the 4th fret, but you're
On the
barring the
4th.
2nd fret.
Oh, you're on the 4th fret. Oh, you're like a C.
Yeah, so on the 4th fret,
you're
put
on a
your ring
C.
finger. Put your ring finger down on the A shape on the 4th fret, and then just
Yeah.
bring your index finger down over the 2nd fret, and bar that. That's
So you're still barring
should
then.
have something like this. right?
But you're still barring.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a bar
Oh.
chord.
Okay, then you're okay, but you're only barring from the
What-
second fret.
Okay, but see this. This is what I want to know. What chord is this? Okay, what chord is that? Where you do this,
Mhm.
and then you skip a fret and use the
Your ring finger.
D G B strings, right?
Yeah, well, okay. On that, you just follow the root. Follow the root note. So if you're
is that
barring,
an A root? It's a, okay.
No.
It starts with an A.
it's not.
Now,
No. Okay, hold on 1 second. The root will be
Oh,
your
it's the
main
top-
bar. Yeah, the
the
top,
top
your
string.
index finger
Okay,
is
that's-
barring.
Okay, I'm not playing the E string, so it's
You're
the
not
next
playing the E
string
string on the
down.
second one. Okay, so you go A,
So
and
that's
B
a
is
A.
here, so you're doing an A sharp.
Okay, so if I'm barring that second, and then okay,
You're away from a B.
let me hear you play it. Are we? Is this? I think we're.
Whoops, sorry.
Okay. Anyway, so Victor, that's okay. So let me go through this real quick. Okay, so it's like all I do is just start. It's like 8 beats. Oh wait. What am I doing? And I repeat that 4 times, then go to A. You know, it's quick up and down. Back to D, or back to E. And then at the end of this is when I'm going to come into that new chord. And then there's a jump to the A.
You know,
and then finish it off with the E. So that's
dude, that's the same chord structure as Ocean Man.
no way.
Yeah, because it's Eagle. That's about back to but
Except I don't go back to it again.
A to B to A to B back to E. The same chords, but you got a different structure, but the structure itself is solid because it's a good structure. It's, yeah.
You know, there's one thing that Erinek has that I'm envious of. That's his voice singing, and yours too, Vic.
Mine? I think I sound horrible. I read it's cool because he's got that folk sound. He's got that, like, you know, he go out there and like Willie Nelson that shit all day long.
Well, I think my voice gets me a long way with as long as I can hit the right key on what I'm playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like certain songs for me too. If I try to do a song that's out of my range, or it'll sound weird if I try to do it. So, yeah.
Well, thanks, Midnight.
That sounds good though. The E. Yeah.
So is that an augmented? I think it's a B.
It is a B. Yeah, it's a It is a B. Well, you know, you're on the. Okay, you're on the, yeah. It is. You're A, B.
See,
So
and you go like
it's a B flat.
I do slide up. I hit it in the middle before I land on the A. You know, like you know how you just.
That's a B flat. It has to be a B flat, I bet. Because you got the B flat right there.
It might be B augmented.
Yeah, it's some type of augmented, but it's almost like a weird thing. It could be an A sharp or a B flat. It's like right there, right before the B's here. Here's B, here's A.
Right.
You're right in the middle of it. Yeah, you're directly in the center of A and B. So either A sharp or B flat. But I know some can't go one way or the other. That's weird.
I bet it's one of those where you could call it the A or the B, depending on.
Yeah,
and you're plucking the same strings regardless of what.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of the black keys. It depends on which way you're going, up or down, calls the name of it. If you're going up, then it'll be the next progression. That'll be a B flat. If you're going down, I guess it'll go whatever hits first. I guess up or down. Yeah, I'm still learning all this jazz myself.
Anyway, I'm excited about that. But and then what I really like. Okay, so like I said, it's kind of going to be something patriotic, political. You know,
nice.
Something like that. And then and then at the end, I'm just gonna attack on just the first half of lyric of America the Beautiful, and and I think I sang it already. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that part. No.
Okay, so let me just play a little bit of the ballad, right? And then I'll start singing with the end. Okay.
Right on.
Okay, that's the ballad, right? And it's almost going to end here. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, forever with a friend. Anyways, it'll be different than that, but
Nice, the patriotic song. It's gonna be like deal like political issues and all that jazz.
yeah, and it'll just pick up the American, just to grab that little tune, sort of at the end. I gotta make, it wouldn't be obvious without me, singing along. But
Do you have any like lyrics or anything like that? Like a
I don't know. I just all I got is what I, it'll be easy now because I got the tune and I got the beat, the rhythm, and I know how many syllables I can. Like what I do is I just go to crafting statements, like crafting phrases that fit syllables, right?
Right on.
Or fits or gaps or what. I mean, that's the hard part is like, how do you say something, what you want to say, right? In a way that's lyrical, like
usually with something like that, you might want a
memorable.
team. If you need any help with like that, maybe because I have some ideas.
Yeah.
I'm okay with poetry and rhyming. Not too bad. I don't like to float my own boat.
Yeah, exactly.
I could help out. I mean, we could, or if you ever want any help or anything, let me know, dude. Like get some rhyme. We could
I would
work it around.
Yeah. What I probably would do is like, rough sketch thing and say, what do you guys think about this? And then you could talk up the lyrics or what you might want to say.
I'm still working on my song right now, and I'm still trying to work on lyrics on it. And I'm gonna send. I still need to record it as a rough version of it, so I could send it to Will. Say if he could help me out with guitar and on it. So I'm not very good with lead, and then lyrics too. If anybody wants to contribute, I'm working on one.
This is a whole song I wrote. And you interested to hear this? Let me just tell me what you think of it. Okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna. It's rough, but this is how I do it. Okay. It's gonna.
You got AGC going, huh?
That's
CGA,
no CFG.
CFG. Okay, because that sounds almost like the one that I'm running. Well, my map. It's in my head. I haven't run anything down, but I've done it a couple of times here and there. I'm just trying to get it right. But it almost sounds like the chord progression almost sounds
There
exactly
is
like
a
I'm working on.
pattern that there's a pattern
But-
that's the main one that even starts with that whole thing. It's just like bum 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 bum. Anyways,
Yeah.
and but then you can take off with some A minors. You probably heard the A minor, then the E minor, and then a little
Yeah.
F and C, little playing it a little different than the. Anyway, it's fun.
It sounds good, dude. It almost sounds the way it sounds like the way it's balanced is like the one here's the one that I'm working on. I did this before, you heard it before, but maybe if you did, here it goes, right? It's I don't feel like going out today. No, stay inside, you say. The sun looks mad today. Stay inside, say. Let's go out. Let's go out. Okay, let's go out and play under the moon today. The night time is the right time of day.
I like that step down, right? That three.
The sun, yeah, looks mad today. Wait, I picked up no, the sun is mad at me.
You're not albino, V. The sun can't be mad at you.
What? I was on the burns all I see part. What?
No. I said the sun. You're not albino, Victor. The sun can't be mad at you. The sun is mad at me. Right? Every time I go out, the sun's like, "Grr, I hate this guy." Grr.
No, but it's really great that the minor chords that are in it. I think that I'm picking up.
Yeah, I got
that.
the A minor to G,
and it's like it brings a dark raininess that you feel, or
here
like
it goes.
you know what I mean, or
That part, huh? Where it goes?
Well, I'm talking about the whole song has that kind of sound like a cloudy day or a dark, like
It's almost,
like it's,
it's like The Cure.
I feel like a guy. I feel like a guy walking down the street. He's got his jacket up over him because it's raining, and he's just like walking down, like dealing with it,
Do re mi, do re mi.
A lot of it has to do with
so do re mi. Sorry.
Like a lot of it has to do with I don't like society, so I don't like going out on the days. I get in a lot of trouble, and I don't know. It's just the nighttime just seems so much better. It just, I don't know. It's just away from people, quiet, cold, and plus with my eyesight. Ever since I was a kid, they used to call me Popeye since kindergarten because I closed one eye outside because like my eyes are so fucking sensitive to water. And now that they've gotten worse, when I go outside, they burn. It's like I have to like close them. Sunglasses hardly help, so it's like fuck the daylight.
Well, I can relate. To that. I think because I have my eyes are sensitive to light more than I don't know what yours are sensitive.
Well, yeah, because I know this is the light of the eyes. My eyes are hazel, but now that I had a horrible eye since I was born, so my right eye was always closed and outside. So that's why they call me Popeye. Made fun of me.
It's always okay because. What I would do is I would close one. I usually do that too. That's what, like I close one eye when I'm like outside at the, I usually keep one eye closed, but I'll switch between eyes.
I can't do that. My bad eye closes automatic. If I try to open my bad eye, it will just like burn like a motherfucker, and tears will just start rolling out of it. So,
okay, all right. So the one eye is more sensitive.
Definitely. And the other one's not too good either. So I'm walking around. If I go outside and my eyes are squinted, one's closed, I look really fucking weird if I wear sunglasses to hide it.
Okay. Because you're like only half your one face is closed because of the
Yeah,
one
so it's
eye.
all distorted and shit. So I'm like looking like
But
a
you're wearing
retard.
glasses, and it's like, why is that
I can't.
guy
They don't
got
make
a
a
tilted
prescription for me.
face?
I can't wear glasses. I have to wear sunglasses. Like I use close-ups to look
mommy,
at
that
things.
guy's head is crooked. His face
Exactly.
is crooked.
And not only that, I have to tilt my head to the side sometimes to try to angle things to get visions. I have a blind spot in the center, so I'm tilting my head, eyes
Oh.
all fucking wonky, and I'm wobbling my head like a little bit back and forth to make things out, like scanning. So I'm over like a fucking retarded, semi-white Stevie Wonder, just not clapping my hands yet. Yeah.
Good old days, Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Stevie Wonder's cool. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
And I will always love you guys, except Ironic, even though this is a stream.
We'll always love you.
Oh, by the way, nice shirt, Trump boy.
No. Oh, I thought it said Triumph.
No,
like
it's
his
a Trump.
motorcycle. Oh. Okay.
Even better, Victor.
I like Triumph motorcycles. They're not as good as Moto Guzzi's, that's for sure. It's like, man, out of the both evils, geez, man. Yeah, I guess Trump would be the one. If I had to vote between the two, it'd be Trump for sure. But I mean, he has his problems too.
Are you talking about between Biden or Trump?
Yeah, they're both wrecks, dude. I mean, Biden, of course, but Biden is a puppet wreck.
Dude, you had you got 16, 17, or you got 17, 18, and 19, 2016 or 2017, 2018, 2019. America was cranking, man. Before that fucking Wuhan thing flew in,
yeah,
Trump had this economy rolling. He was going to walk right into the White House on a second term. That's the whole idea why they did the whole damn thing. So they could do the whole mail-in ballot scheme because they knew there's no way in hell they're going to win against Trump in a fair election.
When it comes to America's structure, what it needs, as far as I would say, it's almost weird. It's like I would definitely not Biden, but I'm trying to see America how it is. Like Trump can do it what he's doing.
Look,
and I understand he's a narcissist and he's egotistical, so he does it very like rudely and abruptly without thinking who he's talking to.
Yeah,
he'll lose a whole section of audience by saying the wrong word.
But he's a kind of guy you can kind of manipulate if you know what his thing is. You know what I mean? That's
his thing is populist. His thing is populist. Like for existence.
I'm talking about the way you can you can use Trump's ego against him if you're a close.
Definitely.
Like I'm just saying, there's traits of Trump people can use against him.
That's what I'm saying. Trump is a populist. You can use that against him because Trump just wants to be the popular guy. He wants everybody to like him. He wants everybody to vote for him. For example, the Proud Boys. On paper, in an interview on the news, in a magazine, he'll down them all. Oh, Proud Boys, you shouldn't done. No, bad Proud Boys. Oh no, Nazi. But when he's up on stage, he will not denounce them openly because he knows that if they are watching, that's the time they are. And he wants to keep that vote because he wants to be.
I would disagree with you. I would disagree that he has anything against the Proud Boys.
No, I'm just saying like that type of.
They're on the same time. I know. Okay, I can think of that kind of example where you're playing in public once, that you're putting a face on, but really these guys, you wish they weren't even in the party or had to address them.
Right. And you know that they're in there probably. You want their votes. You're not going to down them so much or hardly at all. But in the magazines, you will, because you know that those guys out there polishing their fucking guns and drawing maps on the ground and dirt with sticks on who they're going to fucking kill are not reading fucking magazine.
You're talking about the FBI now. I'm talking
about like the proud American jingoists that really don't have anything vested in America other than the colors on the flag and their grandfather's fucking belt buckle. Those people that don't really understand the structure of America, except this is my farm and we got it, and then I'm keeping it. I want all these guys out. This is all mine. Them people.
But what happens is you get one of the feds in there, playing up old this guy that's sitting in his basement, just waiting for waiting for something to join. It's like,
Oh man, that
and
political.
wow,
thing, yeah.
this new guy's got a plan. Anyway, I was just thinking
Yeah.
about the Whitmer case, the Whitmer kidnapping plot.
Trump is
That
never
was-
gonna win. Okay, it'll be Biden all the way down.
Biden is
Oh.
going down quick, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's an old man. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Yeah, so is Trump.
The whole
But if you pay, if
that
if
whole
you've been
election was a
paying
joke.
if you've been paying attention, even the like MSNBC, CNN, and those guys are saying things about Biden that they never
Yeah.
were saying. Like, I don't know. They
Well, I guess
everybody knows the Dems are in
finally
trouble.
realized that his presidency was a piece of shit, and they were fooled into voting for him.
Yeah, it used to be like a weird thing is it's coming down to two things. It should be this the whole time. It should be truths and lies. Who's lying and where are the facts that you can
Yeah.
see and what's happening? People are starting to look around. They're starting to say, okay, we're starting to understand what's going rather than hear what they're saying on promises and lies and promises and lies. People are starting to dig down and finding the truth. And now
Well,
they have to say the truths, and that's bothering them.
Biden is still coming out, and he's saying we got our economy it's the best
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah,
He
but
said, but people are at the grocery store spending 300. That doesn't stop the
No, that's making
$300,
sense.
$400 grocery bills.
that inflation thing is a weird thing. But
That's
here's
gonna be
the thing: if this inflation problem happened under if Trump was in rule, or let's say president in rule,
Yep.
if he was dictator at the time, if he was the president at the time, what could he have done to change what's happening now as far as inflation and markets? I don't think he'd do a damn thing because he doesn't control that. That's
I
separate. It'll
mean,
still be
I
happening.
would
That's just
like
the
to
nature
ask
of
Jill
politics,
who he's
though.
talking about. Doesn't have anything invested in America that owns land in America. Get off my lawn, liberal. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, get in here, Jill. We can use a little more color. We're almost there. We got all
Wow.
the shades if you come in, dude. We got all the way light to dark, dude. Come on in, man. Be a fucking rainbow riding fucking parade.
Yeah, for incentive. Wait. God damn it. Come on, Jill. I'm on camera. You know you want this. I'm not helping the fucking meme.
He's probably drooling
look
so
at
much he can't
Truth
hit the keys
Speller.
right now.
Look
I
who's
bet
out
you he
there.
fell down.
Did you guys see Truth Speller?
Yes, I
Seen that
did.
guy?
I've seen that
That's
guy
fine, Drew.
forever.
No, I follow him, so I see him come out once in a
Oh,
while.
wow,
so-
True Speller.
Yeah.
Put his link in the private so I could see that cat in a while.
You gonna come in, Jill?
Why not? Put out the link. I could
I
use some
put the link.
entertainment.
I put the link in there. Do I have to pin it? I'd have to go outside and pin it.
Oh, to YouTube.
Or I think you have to go outside.
Yeah,
to pin a
you
link.
might have to pin it because it's pinned. It's not pinned. Ace is now officially a cult leader. Okay, sure.
Oh,
I totally
officially?
believe you.
You know, if Jill opened up a stream called "Pin the Tail on the Honky," he'd get a lot of views.
Giggity.
Oh,
James on this video. There we go.
what kind of? I mean, the cult that Ace would lead would be just like the most mild cult in the world, right? It'd just be like this bunch of people in there talking about nothing really, because in Ace's eyes, everybody gets into heaven. So this is heaven, because everybody gets into heaven with the same attributes they always had, because they're forgivable by God, because that's just the way it is. That means that this is his heaven now. So he's got to be the most mild cult leader in the world.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put the link back in.
Heaven, we make it. Heaven, we make it. You like to see homos naked? No, heaven, we make it, boy. You like to see homos naked? No, heaven, we make it. All right, man. You like to see homos naked? That's cool.
That sounds like something I would try to say, but fuck up completely.
That's from Joe Dirt. You ever see that movie?
Yeah, many times. I fucking love that movie. It's so fucking stupid. I love it.
Yeah, it's like dumb funny.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's your problem, chicken wing. It's not what you want. It's what the consumer wants.
Won't kill you for food or something. I forget what the or will bank. I don't know. But
Oh, the guy.
welcome. Oh,
Hey.
and Saint Tommy is here.
Hey, Saint T, what's up, dude?
HBO's
Yeah.
enemy, or I guess I don't know.
What?
But, I don't
Enemy?
know. I can.
Arch
I
nemesis?
thought. Arch nemesis. Yes. I thought I heard Saint Tommy talk about how his feet is going to hell or something. I don't know.
Midnight. You need you need a man's icon, a more manly icon. Can I recommend a few candidates?
No, because you're not a man. I don't take advice from women.
How about Mr. Wonderful?
Wonderful. Wrestling Federation.
What was his name? Paul Orndorff. Isn't it him?
No, I sounds
Oh,
familiar. Rings a
man.
bell, but I don't remember the person.
Oh man, you guys, you
Okay,
guys
is
don't
this
know
is
nothing
this
about
is,
wrestling.
is
Wait,
this
how far are you going back? We're talking like
is this
like,
man enough for you?
on the
Neil?
Rock Morocco?
No,
Albino
Mr.
with
Wonderful.
like
Paul
albino with
Orndorff
freaking-
was his name.
Paul
So old
Orndorff.
school wrestler.
Yeah, it
Old
sounds
school,
familiar.
way back.
I've looked at
Way
it,
back in the day.
What year?
Oh, this was back in like the 80s and 90s.
Oh, I'm talking about the 70s and 80s. I'm talking way back, like Don the Rock Morocco. Fucking yeah, that dude was built. That bug was a beast.
Who?
Look up Don the Rock Morocco.
Oh,
Motherfuckers.
wow.
Dude was
Never heard
huge. Man, he held the title. I think he was holding it, and he one of the guys that held it before Hogan. I think he took it from Hogan a couple times too.
Hey PJ,
Because he's
you're
older.
huge.
Was he
In the heart
WWF?
department.
I'm thinking Japan.
Was he
I can remember.
WWF?
WWF, yeah.
Wow.
Before
I
they
remember
changed.
watching that kind of wrestling in like the late 60s or 70s in Detroit. They had local favorites, and Bobo Brazil was one guy, black guy. And then Flying Fred Fred
Half those guys were on steroids anyway. Those
Yeah.
were real muscles.
Dude, that's part of the program when you're in that game, though. You have to be. That's like part of the training.
Did you ever see that movie with Mickey Rourke about that wrestling, where he was one of those wrestlers?
No, I just seen the previews for it, but I
It
haven't
was,
seen the whole thing.
it was I watched it. It's depressing. It's depressing as fuck.
It's like the
man.
bad the dark side of wrestling,
It's
right?
it's like and then they document like the ruining of a life or whatever.
Yeah, you know,
Like,
I might want to see that because have you ever seen Shakes the Clown with
Mm.
Bobcat Goldthwait?
Oh well, yeah, I know him, but
Have you
does
seen that
he-
movie Shakes the Clown?
No.
It's dark, it's good, and it's been looked over because it looks like a dumb comedy, but dude, it is so fucking dark on the comedic side of life and how they live and what they do. But they all dress as clowns, so it's all weird. Everybody's a clown in the comedy world, so you have to look at it
Okay.
through clown's eyes. But it's a trip. It's really dark. I recommend that one. Shakes the Clown. It's funny, but it has dark
I've seen
moments.
Goldthwait in
Police
different
Academy
serious films.
2, 3, and 4.
No,
Oh my god,
I've
I
seen
love
him in
Police
ser-
Academy.
I
Wee
think-
woo. The guy, the fucking black guy with all the noises. All the fucking
The
sound
black
effects.
guy
that
with all
dude,
the
that
noises.
dude. Yeah.
Fuck you! I corrected myself. Okay.
Why do I picture a Coke can? Does he do something with a Coke can or something?
He just does all the.
Drinking a Coke.
I knew people like that in the neighborhood who can basically make any sound.
I think his name is
Right?
Carl
Any
something.
sound.
I can't remember his last name. I think it's Carl something. He's a comedian, and he uses those
Yeah.
sounds, he incorporates it into his comedic act. I think that's how he got the role in there. But his sounds are like more mechanical than natural, just like helicopter, machine gun,
This one
sound
guy-
waves. Yeah.
Not only could he do any sound,
Mhm.
any machine, he could do any video game
Yeah.
sounds.
Oh yeah, right.
Like the
Weird.
theme songs from all the video, like the sound from all the video.
He
Mario
even gets
Bros.
How
like
did
a
he
drop
do that? Like,
in
did
the-
he train for this? Like, is there a natural talent? Like, I must know. We need to
I have
dissect
no
him.
idea.
practice. I bet it's like Michael Jackson could not play one instrument, but he could play everything he wanted to and lay it down on track with his voice, and it sounds almost like it would be with the instrument. That's how he got his stuff going. He played all down. He said, "I want this, I want that, I want you to give me this on that," and he'll make it happen. But he could. Michael Jackson's. There's some interviews where he just like off the wall
he
fucking
would just-
beatboxing. Yeah.
He could just like record like a sound out of
He's
his
like,
and
dude,
then
he's
like,
beatboxing,
you guys,
singing
this is
the
what I need.
songs.
This is what I need. Something like this.
He's like, he'll like sing behind his fucking throat and
Oh.
beatbox at the same time to get it out. It's a trip on what he could do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Reason why I
didn't like
said
it.
that,
I'm the guy.
or I made that comment about Ace now officially being a cult leader, is because of his last stream or 2 streams ago. He entitled it forget about context or screw context, I think was the way he worded it,
Yeah, I
which is
saw that.
exactly what Jim Jones did. Essentially, that is exactly what Jim Jones did before he went off to the People's Temple or that island. That's exactly what he did. He told his congregation that we have no need for context anymore.
Oh,
It's eerily similar to what Jim Jones did. That's the reason why I
Yeah.
said that.
You know,
Islands in
The
sea,
island,
that is
the
what
island
we
was
are.
French
Oh, sorry,
It was
Sam,
in
go ahead.
it was in the Caribbeans.
yeah.
French
Wasn't
Guiana.
it?
It'd be
French,
funny
yeah.
if it
Oh,
sounded
French
like Great
Guiana.
Kool-Aid. I question that now.
Yeah, when you say we can just take
Wait,
this
hold on.
passage.
It was Flavor Aid. Actually, it was Flavor Aid, which is a less known brand of Kool Aid. That's a fun
It-
fact from Jonestown.
It was a soundstage in Hawaii.
Most people don't know this, but Jim Jones was an actual preacher that was accepted as a normal evangelical preacher up until he decided he was going to throw
Church
the
of
Bible
God.
out of the window.
Church of
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, he
That'll
was
do
he
it.
was a regular preacher. He was the stars. Of course, the leftists loved him because he was Hollywood. Hollywood favored him for some reason. So the hardcore evangelicals really didn't accept him. But he was a mainline preacher.
So he was like almost like an old Joelstein type, real popular with the people. But
exactly.
yeah,
Mhm.
Wow.
Most people don't realize that. And then one day he said to his congregation, "We don't need this book anymore. All you need to do is listen to me.
definitely a
And
cult.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Can't
don't
argue
need-
with that.
I'll tell you what these passages are saying.
Mhm.
Very dangerous.
Definitely.
Race cults
Yeah,
are the finest.
Almost as dangerous as a Calvinist.
No, not as dangerous. The Calvinists would never say, screw the context. I'm just going to take this passage and it means what Calvinists say it means. Forget about the context.
Do the rules. I have money.
You'll never find me at least doing that.
I piss on your dead works that you add to the
So,
cross.
Jill, I have a question for you. Why are you a Calvinist as opposed to a regular Christian?
Because the Reformed position answers more questions, or at least answers one more question than any other world or position. And that is why. Why do I believe and you don't? Why? We heard the same gospel. We went to the same church. Now, this is hypothetically, of course, because I don't know you. We've heard the same preacher preach. We've even been born in the same household. We might even be twins, but I believe and you don't. The Reformed position answers that question. Their position, free grace, all the other positions don't even attempt to.
Like one thing about Calvinism, I think it's in society it's safe because you don't have to worry about. Like, let me ask you a question: is there anything in Calvinism that is deemed moral in Calvinism that would be seen unmoral in a regular Christian?
Well, Calvinists
Total
are regular
depravity.
Christians, but
No, I mean like immorality.
Total depravity. Yeah.
no, every Christian
Yes,
believes in total
yes.
depravity. Even you,
No,
Tom.
no.
If you
no,
want to take the
no.
tulip challenge, you know where to find me.
Uh-huh. And if you
You
want to
believe in
keep
total
pushing,
depravity.
if you want to keep pushing your personal total depravity, don't let me stand in your way.
Don't let me come
Come on
pay
in,
you a
Simon, if
visit.
you want.
Don't let me come pay your channel a visit. Because you will take the tulip challenge. You keep challenging me.
You're not gonna
will.
chain Tommy back up.
All Christians believe in total depravity.
You wouldn't know total depravity
Oh.
from your own. Never mind.
You might recognize it if you ever run into a Calvinist. So I do believe in total depravity. Just I don't believe people are born that way. You have to learn Calvinism first.
You have to learn Calvinism first. You
Then
have to
can
learn free
become
grace
to-
first.
Then you can be totally depraved. Start talking that God is responsible for all the evil acts in the world. And shit like
Okay.
that.
You gotta learn
So
how to
now
eat vegetables.
so you don't want to talk about total depravity. You want to talk about something else, the problem of evil.
He wants
Which
to
one
talk about determinism. Yeah.
Okay, that's the third thing. Okay, which one do you want? Which part of the T do you want to take the challenge on?
Dude,
Well, I
I'm
got
so
about
done with
15 minutes.
I'm so done with the Calvinist debate. I'm tired
Okay,
of it.
I didn't
It's
think
not
so.
even interesting anymore.
Yeah, I didn't
You
think
know,
so.
it's like you got to leave the pigs to their you know what Peter said.
Brother
Well, you're an open
Jill.
theist, so I don't know if I could say you are Calvin, you believe in the tulip, but all Christians believe in tulip. They just have a way of hiding and obfuscating.
Pelagius
And
didn't believe in total depravity, Jill.
Pelagius was a heretic.
Well, that's probably why they called him a heretic, because he believed the Bible and not your nonsense.
You're not the only
Pelagius.
little. You're not the only little pope, Brother Jill, that's running
Right.
around here. You know, with perfect discernment, with perfectly truthful
Perfect.
understanding about everything spiritual and
Perfect.
subjective.
Locked and
Yes.
locked
And
and
then I say
loaded, ready
perfect.
to go.
You find it all in my new book.
Well, let's define total depravity. Total depravity is simply this and nothing more. If you add to it to destroy it or to try to deny its validity, then you're being dishonest. Okay, this is all total depravity is. Simply that man has been touched so much by sin that he is unable to reckon himself to Christ. So God must come to him. He is not able to come to God.
That sounds like substantial depravity, as elucidated by R.C.
Oh, here we
Sproul.
go.
Yes,
Here we
R.C.
go.
Sproul. Substantial
go.
depravity.
Trying.
No, not
well,
here we
you can
go.
You can call it whatever you want to call it.
You're over talking.
You don't
Jill.
have to call it total.
I said
You don't have to.
substantial depravity.
Listen. You can make up your own adjective. Doesn't matter.
So, Jill, I have a
Concept
question.
is the same. Do you agree with that? God must come to you. He must reach your heart. You, in your state, cannot reach God.
So,
That's
Jill,
the extent of depravity. Doesn't mean you're an evil person. Doesn't mean you're born with horns. It doesn't mean you're born with hooves. But some of us were. Some of us were, right? But that's a birth defect. Okay, that's not what total depravity is. So when you take total depravity for what the Bible says it is, you can't reject it. If you reject it, you
So-
reject Romans 3.
how is this depravity passed along to the kin?
It's
Jill.
passed down through the
Oh,
it's part of our human nature. It's like asking how does a bird pass down the ability
Okay.
to fly? Yeah, I'm not
According to the Bible, is
DNA?
is Jesus a son of Adam?
Is Jesus the son of Adam? Jesus is a
Mhm.
descent. We're all descendants of Adam.
Right. So
Yeah.
how does Jesus escape this problem?
Mary was a virgin.
Mary was a virgin.
Yeah.
No, was not Mary totally depraved?
Jesus is not born out from the seed of the man, from the corrupt seed of the man. The Holy Spirit impregnated Mary through supernatural means.
Are you saying Mary wasn't totally depraved?
I'm saying Mary is not the seed. The seed is put in the woman. The woman is incubating the seed. She's not the seed.
How does
The
a
man
totally
fertilizes the egg.
how does a totally depraved woman produce an egg that is free from total depravity?
The egg is the seed. Men
Is it the men that
impregnate
pass
the
totally?
woman.
Is
Okay.
it only
Think of-
men pass this along? Is that what you're saying?
The DNA of the man and the woman passes along. Right.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about the DNA. I'm talking about the total depravity. Does that get?
That's
What role does the
substantial
woman
depravity.
play?
Substantial depravity, Aaron.
I just wonder what role the couple play in producing a totally depraved child. Is it only the father that determines the total depravity of a child?
That's a good question. Actually, R.C. Sproul answers that question. Do you want to hear But he had his answer to that question. Basically, the question is this: if Jesus was born of the substance, what you're asking, of Mary, meaning Mary is human, then how
Part
is
of
he
her
without
being.
original sin?
Yeah, and what does he
Yeah.
say? He appeals to
Let me see if I can
the.
find that. I was
I'm sure
reading
he
an article.
probably appeals to federal headship and things going through the
Yeah,
man.
yeah, because Adam is the federal head, right? So yeah, so that type of it's more of a spiritual reality.
But see,
But
this is why it doesn't matter then what the sperm or whatever, because there's no doubt in scripture that Adam is Jesus' federal head. I mean, look at the genealogies in Luke, especially. It says the son of, it starts with Jesus, the son of this, the son of and then the son of Adam, who is the son of God. That's the there's God, the God's son, Adam, and then everybody else, and up to Jesus. And there's nothing about Jesus not sharing all the human qualities. If he's not a human like us, if he's not a depraved human like we were depraved, then he didn't die for us. He died.
well, hold on before you get
He-
into
he-
too deep
says
into
he-
the weeds there. Before you get
Ironic,
too
ironic. Jesus accepted worship. Think
right.
it through.
Well,
Think
well,
it
before we
through.
get
Of
into
course-
that, we're
of course he
moving
did.
past
Jesus
the
was
topic.
divine.
Well, hold on, Ironic. Let me answer your question before you move on to the divinity of Christ, even though they're related. We don't know the full extent of the mystery of the incarnation, so we don't pretend to. Scripture doesn't reveal all of its aspects or
Collective
the
knowledge claim. Yeah,
but
we
of course,
don't know this.
course,
We know
look,
that.
we can't go beyond what the Bible teaches, Saint Tommy. Otherwise,
But you
that's
can
heresy.
confess your own beliefs and not pin it on a collective knowledge claim.
I could give you my personal belief, but before I do that,
exactly what is expedient. That is
before I do that,
okay,
well, I'm a Christian, so before I do that, I'll give you what thus saith the Lord. And if thus saith the Lord is, hey, nothing, then it's nothing, and I'll just give you my opinion. But we do know this: he was like us in every way except one way, namely, he was without sin. So if he was without sin, that also has to include original sin.
See, those are things that you have to assume and you have to believe them, but they're just an assumption based on the belief that there's this depravity going on. I don't like holding beliefs like that, but I know Calvinists don't mind.
Well, no, you okay. So the depravity part is not a belief.
You believe anything that's necessary. Look, you believe anything that you find the text makes it necessary for you to believe.
I believe anything that the text is explicitly clear on. Everything else, I can be like my mind can be changed.
Where is the text clear that total depravity is passed on through the federal headship and somehow Jesus escaped that? How is that clear?
Again, okay, so you're asking two different questions. The first question is how do we know that original sin passes from human to human? The second question I've already answered. It's a mystery. In the mystery of the incarnation, we do not know exactly what process God used, but we do know, or we don't know how Jesus was born without original sin. But we do know Scripture does say that he was born, he was without sin.
Jill? Let me make this point, Jill.
So
I can
we
make
can't
the same.
Hold on. I can make
the same. Look, but I can make the same logic. Only if I assume Jesus was born like everyone else, right? And Jesus didn't have any sin.
But the text doesn't say that, sir.
Hold on. Listen
the
to my argument.
text says without sin.
Excuse me. Listen to my argument.
But you're ignoring your argument. Ignores the text. Sir.
Excuse me. Just stop.
I'm not
talking.
ignoring the text.
Stop talking and listen. Listen to my argument. Okay, so the text says that Jesus.
Text.
Okay, now I guess I gotta mute you. I'm not ignoring anything, and you're ignoring my words to be shut up. Okay, so wait until you listen to my complete argument. Is that okay, Jill? I don't play this shit. I don't play this shit in here. Okay, so I mean, no
Okay.
problem. I mean, just let me. Okay, so I'm making this argument here. I'm going to start with your point that you're saying I'm avoiding. No, the Bible says Jesus had no sin, and Jesus. It also says that Jesus is like every other human being. So we know that every human being comes into the world without sin. How about that argument?
Okay, so he could not have had, logically speaking, if he was without sin, absolutely, then original sin could not have been on the list or part of his nature.
Right. In other
Okay,
words,
so
original
where the
sin
Bible
might not even be
doesn't
true.
tell us, we could use logic and reason and rationale.
No. Okay.
That's
Jill,
all.
let me try this again. I'm going to ask you if you agree with this. Was Jesus born without sin?
The text says that he
That's a
was
yes or no.
without sin. Yes,
You agree?
because
Yes.
the text
I just want a yes or no.
text is clear and
Okay. Now,
explicit without
Jill.
sin. That
Jesus was
includes
born
original
without sin. Hold on.
Yes.
Forget this. Forget original sin right
Forget
now.
logic.
Okay?
Forget logic.
No, just forget this pretend doctrine. Just set on the shelf for a minute.
Pretend
okay?
doctrine. Okay, prove it's pretend.
Okay. I want to show you something. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so you agreed that Jesus was born without sin, correct?
According to the text, yes. Hebrews 4:15.
Now, was Jesus made like every other human being in all respects?
Except for one thing. I already explained this, dude. Why are you using repeated arguments that I've already demolished?
No, but
he was made like us in every respect except one. Namely,
okay,
he
but
was
you're
without
assuming
sin.
assuming.
I've been crystal clear, sir.
No, you
I'm
can't.
crystal clear. And you
I
keep
know
going
you're crystal
back
clear
to
about assuming. You're assuming you're the truth
assuming.
of your
What am
argument.
I assuming? What am I assuming?
You're assuming that original sin is a truth state of things.
Okay, I'm assuming. I'm not assuming he's without sin. The text says he's without sin. Okay, I'm not assuming.
Right. Okay, now let's pretend there is no such thing as original sin. Now, if that's the case, Jill, if someone has sin, how does he get it? It's because he committed it after he was born. You follow that now? So
I'm not going to assume something.
A man can have sin.
Okay, what's your question? Because I'm not going to assume with you. I'm not going to assume.
No, what I'm saying is it's unfair of you to assume that there's this original sin that everyone has.
Okay, now you're making another accusation. You're claiming I'm assuming.
Yeah,
you're claiming I'm assuming original sin. Hold on.
Bible doesn't
you're claiming I'm assuming
original
sin is in the text. Can I show you where the original sin is in the text? Can I show you that?
Or
can I show you where original sin is in the text? Like I showed you where Jesus is without sin.
Okay, where
in the text? So I'm not assuming anything, sir.
Romans 5. Are you going to go to there?
I can go to Romans 3.
You're going to go to Psalm 51?
I can go to Philippians 3:9.
Okay, so you're going to show where all men are born this way?
Romans 3:10, yes. There's none righteous, not even one. There's none who seeks for God.
Is Jesus included?
Again, he is like us in every way.
No.
Except without sin. You're going to keep going back to that defeated argument.
Jill,
because that's the basis of your argument. It's like the Democrats are going to keep going back to the blacks.
Jill, you have to deal with what Paul says. Paul says there is none righteous, no, not one.
None.
He didn't exclude Jesus right there.
Oh, he didn't exclude Jesus? He didn't exclude Jesus?
He didn't.
Wow.
Not, show me where
he
Jesus
didn't exclude
is excluded
Jesus.
in Romans 3:10.
Wow.
Show me the exclusion.
Wow.
Okay,
Let's go to Romans 3. Let's go to Romans 3. Are you allowed to pull up the Bible on your channel? So Paul did not exclude Jesus. Let's get this correct. You're arguing Paul did not exclude Jesus when he talks about the righteousness, God's righteousness being upheld in Romans 3. Are you serious?
I'm saying when Paul uses the word,
serious? Let's read Romans 3.
Where do you know what the word none means?
But context is king, sir. Ace is guilty of the same issue.
No, Jill.
If I'm in a room of 30 individuals and I say none of you in here are going to make it, I'm not referring to the people in another room. Context is king.
Yeah, and
But
where's
when it
Paul
says
referring
none,
to
or
some?
when it says
Where
none,
where
it's
is it?
referring to human beings, not God.
Yeah, and Jesus
Paul
was a human
believed
being,
Jesus
dude.
was God incarnate, so he's not referring to Jesus when he says
Oh,
none.
how do you know that?
Because the text says that Jesus
No, the
this is
text says
his
Paul said there
righteousness.
was none.
Listen,
He said there
verse
was
5.
none.
But
Paul
listen
said
to
there
the
was
text,
none.
sir. Listen to the text. But if our unrighteousness, verse 5, Romans 3, serves to show that the righteousness of God, what shall we say? That God is unrighteous to inflict wrath on us? I speak in a human way, by no means. For then God could judge the world. So he makes a distinction between
No,
the
he says,
judge,
for then how
God,
could
and
God judge the world?
humans. But if through my lie God's truth abounds to his glory, why am I still being condemned as a sinner? And why do I do evil that good may come? He's not talking about Jesus Christ.
Condemnation
He's
is
talking
just.
about
Keep
human
going.
beings doing evil.
Hey, Jesus, no, only
Their
there's only
condemnation
God the
is
Father right
just.
now. There's only been God the
You
Father
got,
mentioned
dude,
and
you're
human
trying,
beings. So
you
keep going.
demote Jesus to a human, and then you
Ironic.
expect us to do the same. And you expect Paul to do the same.
No,
When Paul
I
says,
expect you to stay
Iron
with
it.
the verse
when
and
Paul
stay with the
says
language.
none, he is
You
not
keep claiming you
referring
don't
to
Iron
do
it.
Jesus
anything.
Christ.
Go
When
ahead,
Paul
St.
says
Tommy.
none, he is not referring to Jesus Christ, sir.
Ironic.
Come on.
Yes, God,
Ironic, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, if you want to argue with Jill, you got to give him 30 seconds, 3 times before you refute his arguments, because he's not going to feel heard unless he has a 30-second soundbite 3 times.
Can I share
Then-
my screen so we can actually read Romans 3
Then
together?
wait, my 30 seconds isn't over, Jill.
All right. All right.
Yes. Now, I made the proposal that if you want to argue with Jill, you have to give him his 30 seconds 3 times, and then you might have a chance at refuting his argument. Thank you for suffering my opinion. That's it. Back to you, Jill.
All right, thanks. Thank you, St. Tommy.
Are you sharing my screen? All right.
I think. Wait, see.
Romans 9. This is where the passage you tried to rip out of context and suggest it applies to Jesus. Or what then are we Jews or any better off? So the title is No One is Righteous. Okay.
That's not
that
part of
includes
scripture,
Jesus,
right?
right? Yeah, right. Okay. He's talking about Jews and Greeks being under sin.
Was
that include
Jesus a
Jesus?
Jew? Was
Does that
Jesus a
include
Jew?
Je-
I thought it. Yes.
Are you saying
was a
Jesus
Jew.
is included in this?
There's no reason not to think so. Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
No
all right,
reason in the text
so-
right here, in the context, no
so-
reason
so-
to think Jesus
okay.
isn't included in a Jew.
Hold on. So when Paul is saying no one is righteous, who is he directing that statement at? The Pharisees. I'm just going to help you out.
No,
Because
it's the
the
Jews.
Pharisees were doing what? They were looking down on the Gentile and suggesting that they were not righteous.
Jill, you don't even know what's
And
going
Paul
on in
is
Romans
saying-
3.
Paul is saying, you're not righteous. No one is righteous. Not
No.
one.
Jill,
Okay,
if you knew what was
so-
going on in the passage,
All right.
he's already proven in chapter 2 that the Gentiles are deserving of condemnation. Chapter 3 is he's worked into putting the Jews on trial, the whole group of Jews, all the Jews. Okay, that's his goal. He's going to condemn all the Jews now before God. So now what's the answer? Well, it's Jesus is the answer.
Okay. So
but-
Jesus
but-
cannot be the answer if he is part of the ones who are not righteous. So
Only
thank you
if
for
you
defeating
make
your own argument. Thank you.
It's not okay.
Thank
but
you.
No, Jill, your whole argument is based on all these assumptions that the text don't talk about, and they're just part of your beliefs.
This particular text does not say that Jesus is perfect or Jesus is without sin, but Paul already already knew that. He was already taught that.
No, what
He's
Paul
talking
knows.
to Jews and Gentiles and telling them, hey, none
No,
of you
what
are
Paul
righteous.
knows-
He
what
said
Paul
Jesus
knows-
wasn't in that crowd. Jesus wasn't in the crowd when he said that. Otherwise,
What Paul knows is that that babies in the womb are innocent. like he talks about very clearly. He states it exactly. The 2 kids in the womb, they were innocent, hadn't done anything either good or bad. So that's
Before we
Paul's
move on
opinion.
to babies in the womb, you want to change the subject. I understand. It does this verse apply to Jesus when Paul says none are righteous?
Yes. Why wouldn't it?
How so? Where are you getting that from the context, sir?
Because
Where
Jesus
in the
is
context
a
are
Jew.
you getting this includes Jesus?
Because Jesus was born of the Jewish.
That's not in this
He's
passage.
a Jew.
Okay, he is a Jew. Are we
Yeah.
Jews any
I'm
better
not.
off? You think that this is referring to Jesus Christ?
He's talking about the Jews. He's talking about all Jews as a group.
So
And if you're a
because he's
Jew,
saying,
he's talking about you.
okay, so
That's
because he's saying Jews, he must be
Uh-huh.
including Christ in that because Christ was a Jew,
Look,
right?
some
And the Jews
it's
and both
really
Jews and
hard for
Greeks
me
are
to
under
argue.
sin,
Hold
right?
on. It's really hard for me to argue with you because look,
Jesus was king of the Jews, like Michael Jackson is the king of pop.
I'm trying to argue. I'm
Uh-huh.
trying to argue with you, holding in mind your whole classical theism and all this bullshit you believe.
Oh yeah.
Because if
Classical
I was
theism.
no,
Let's change
because
the topic.
no, the real truth is Paul is quoting this. This is from a psalm
It
that
is?
if you read the psalm itself,
Mhm.
you will see that the none are righteous. It can't
Applies
be,
to Jesus?
No, you would see that that's a
Oh,
hyperbolic.
well, that's what we need, Irenic. We need
No, you
this to
would-
say it applies to Jesus because Jesus was a Jew, and
Okay, I'm
Paul
gonna mute
says
you.
both Jews and Greeks.
Okay, so Jill, just don't interrupt me, okay? So the point is that in Psalms, this is a
I'll
quote.
wait
He's
till you show me
lifting
this applies to Jesus, sir.
I'm explaining something to everybody else, not you. So just be quiet. Okay, so in Psalm, there's the author, Paul lifts this line. There is none righteous, no, not one. There is none that, all this stuff. Now, if you just go a little further in the same passage, the same psalmist will talk about the righteous are not like that, though. Well, so in the exact context of the psalm where this is lifted, where this statement there is none righteous, well, then you do read there are righteous after all. So
Can you
anybody
show
that's
us
got
that
a
this
brain,
applies to Jesus Christ,
anyone
sir?
that has a brain would understand that the none righteous is hyperbole. It cannot be taken literally. And that means when Paul uses it in Romans 3, the Calvinists cannot use it as a literal none without
You're
exception.
changing the topic,
verse.
sir. You're changing the topic to
so
Calvinism.
that means Jesus might not be included.
You're changing the topic to
And
Calvinism.
that means there's a lot of people that might not
Laden
be included
flowers.
in that verse.
Laden
So
flowers. Let's stick to the
it's not
topic.
an absolute statement in Romans 3.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not
let
arguing that.
Christian-
You're
no,
arguing
no.
it is absolute.
No,
You're arguing that it
I'm just
includes
saying
Jesus.
that
Show us
don't
that
let
this
any
includes
Christian-
Jesus. You're wasting our time. Show us this includes Jesus. No one said anything about Calvinism. You're making.
Sorry, I can't deal with people that don't listen to. Jill, you can come back in, but we're gonna have to have a discussion, dude.
That went on for a long time.
I mean, I don't mind the different opinion or whatever, but
Yeah.
you can't I haven't listened to Jill very often, and I can't believe he just interrupts and over talks everyone he's listening. He's talking to. He cannot stop from speaking his immediate thought to what the person to what he just heard. It's like, wow. And I know it's hard because if you want to respond to something, sometimes it's hard to hold on to an idea and just let that motherfucker talk. But that's what has to happen. I mean, until the guy yields or something.
I mean, especially when it comes to like things, I noticed that too, especially like political, religious things. People, I mean, not people, but it's not a game, but in a weird way, it becomes a game with the knowledge game. What I know, what I can say, what I have against that, I'll spew it out as fast as I can to knock it down. So it's a lot of over talking when it comes to those type of discussions, for sure.
Thank
Well-
God you kicked Jill out.
Well, he can come back in. I just the thing is though,
I need a hero, and his name is Ironic.
once you realize in all these theological debates, it all boils down to very basic presuppositions that are
Right.
unprovable, that are only your opinion based on whatever. Okay, based on like that's point number one. And then you get fools like Jill that cannot understand this point, that nothing he understands about the Bible is anything except his opinion about what interpretation it should be. Whether he's heard that, whether he heard that opinion from someone else, or he came to it on his own. Those are their interpretations. The text has to be interpreted. The text does not say anything. The Bible doesn't speak a word. It's just words, and you have to interpret what it even says. And then if you can do that, then what does it mean? And so we're all grasping at straws. And so these fools have they lack so much humility as far as whether they should be able to tell somebody to believe this. Like, hey, I'm all about, I'll share all my beliefs. This is what I believe. You won't ever heard me say, I think you should believe it.
Right. It's almost like rather than just voicing an opinion or an idea or a comment, it's more of an instruction, a demand, command. So it's not really, it doesn't really go with the conversation.
Look, it's not an engaging philosophy way of life.
Right.
You should always be challenging, always be challenging.
Some go on the attack and they don't accept the challenge or even listen.
And people see they think these challenges are attacks. And well, no, I'm looking for truth, and this is how you get to it. So, and then, but if you just cry foul and run away because, hey, they're attacking us, we're going to go over here and we're just going to keep believing this, even though they're attacking us because they don't like it or whatever.
Yeah. It's almost like arguing different shades of white.
That's how you get these bubbles. That's how you get these little bubbles or these boxes that people live in. You can't think outside the fucking box.
Yeah. It's either fear or just made that way or programmed that way, I would say.
So anyways, so when it comes to let me finish my thought. So you got, first of all, so you come into a position from your own place, your own presuppositions. Then it's up to you to, you have to come up with some interpretation, and you do, but it's yours. It's not anything that anyone else has to believe or might not necessarily come up with the same. Again, if someone is like, there's a lot of different things you're gonna like. Just one basic thing: does God determine everything, or is men free? That's a really simple question. Is a pretty simple dichotomy.
The problem with that one is it has
a whole lot rest on which one is true.
Yeah,
or if there's a mix in between or whatever.
Exactly. I was about to say it's so convoluted and both answers are right and wrong. It's almost like, again, it's
now my position is, okay, what I try to do is hold the positions that remain the most consistent with my actual life, living it out, and what, does it work well? To me, that's a good test. Am I happy and joyful? Is my mind alive? And, is life, for God, is about helping others and, engaging with others, trying to bring truth, light, to, whatever, these kind of things. I don't know.
Yeah.
If we could assume that on everybody's part, that's all we're looking for is,
it's almost like you said, the conversation determinism itself. It could be a decent conversation because if you look at it like the natural aspect of, you can say, what is God? Is God nature? Then determinism does make sense because you can't stop the rock. But if you look at it from a different aspect of spirituality, then it gets in different avenues that could be played. And I can see a lot of different discussions going there. But when you have somebody come in and just straight attack with no other options or taking in any information to feed back on, only attacking. It ruins the conversation. For
If
sure.
determinism is true, telling everyone to fuck off was predetermined. Was
just-
determinism.
But tell me this, you guys. What sense does it make for a Christian, let's say, who's a determinist, and a Christian who says he believes in free will and the future's open, but the other guys know it's all determined and God knows every detail. How are those two, unless they're changed and unless their presuppositions change, why should they even bother arguing with each other?
Right. Exactly.
People who think, oh, everything's deterministic. Yeah, okay, maybe everything is deterministic, but it's so complex. That free will arises and emerges out of that. Like it, I can't sit here and predict what PJ was going to do. Like if the world was really deterministic, you will be able to predict. You will be able to predict exactly what someone's going to do with precision. Okay, now naturally it would require knowing every little bit about the universe and how the laws of physics work. I mean,
Well, I think it's really simple. Let me say, I mean, I agree with you. I think what happened is some dudes figured out, or they came to the position that God knew everything, right? And this was that Greek idea that's kind of Platonistic, the one,
hey God, fuck off. I'm sure he didn't know that.
Right. But imagine if you grant that God does know everything, then it's not a very hard step to figure. Well, how the fuck does he know everything then?
Well,
unless he determines it, he must have an ability to determine it all, because there's no other way he could know it.
By knowing everything, does that mean that he has all knowledge of the universe, including what everyone and everything is going to do? Because if I said I have all knowledge, I can have all that knowledge, but that wouldn't really, allow me to predict with accuracy, because the system I created would be too randomized for me to predict anything. Like it's a program
there's no predicting going on here. This is knowledge. So you don't have any wiggle room.
Okay,
well, you don't have wiggle room. You were seeming to think he could know something that wasn't going to happen.
No, I said
you were contradictory.
Never mind. I'm done.
No, go ahead. I want to understand what the rub was. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay. As I said, I could have all knowledge of the universe I created, but because I programmed it, or because I programmed it to have a random effect, there's no way I can know what could happen next. It's like a programmer that creates a simulation. Like he used all the knowledge that he has to create a simulation. But because the simulation is built on randomness, the programmer is not gonna be able to determine what happens.
It could determine what happens within the perimeters of the options that's given, but all those options it has, it doesn't really know what the option will be, but it knows the perimeters and what the options are.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Question: by introducing randomness, doesn't that make it seems like you're saying that makes the future uncertain?
Yeah, the future is uncertain. Like tell me.
Okay.
Tell me what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen in 2 weeks? Do it.
All right, but
I know 2 weeks will pass.
Answer this. Answer this, Midnight. Okay, suppose God does know the future exactly, and there's no doubt that this is what he knows. Don't you have to get rid of the randomness for God to get to that point? Because how could God, if there's randomness, then God couldn't know the future. Like the whole assumption is God knows the future.
Yeah, and this is our assumption, which I believe our assumption about God is wrong. Like it's a faulty assumption.
I
Like,
agree.
how do
I
we
think that's
how do we even know that God knows everything except because it was written in a book or told to us by other humans?
there are philosophical arguments behind this.
I know
A
there's
lot of it.
philosophical arguments behind this, but just think about it for a minute. Think about it for
Yeah,
a
I've
second.
thought about
Like,
it for a while.
well, yeah, I have. I've been around this community forever, and I've heard the God arguments so much I want to kill myself. Kidding, kidding. But I don't know. For me, if it's a question of belief, it's like I've heard so many of these arguments, and I've read about these arguments, and the quote unquote evidence for God, but nothing ever really convinced me. Right? You have the five proofs of Aquinas. Okay, you have those, but then you have arguments against those. Then you have the Kalam
Right.
cosmological argument, and you have evidence. You have arguments against those. So you know what I mean? But then there's obviously arguments against science, against naturalism. But naturalism has more weight behind
Okay.
it because we
Like,
have a. Go ahead.
Okay, but
well,
what I'm
I'm sorry.
what
I was
we're
gonna
doing
say
here.
really quickly, if I
Go ahead,
can, man.
go ahead.
Out of
Yeah.
all those things that you've gotten and you read and looked at, in your mind, what do you think? Is there not, or what do you think of God?
Well, I think that there might be a creator, maybe probably several creators, because
Mm.
because if our universe is a simulation,
Mm.
created by humans in another dimension, then their world is a simulation as well.
Mm.
Like I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Ferromine, the YouTube channel Ferromine Trees, but he makes
Mm-mm.
really good videos, right? To where he's very logical. He talks about religion, psychology, or whatever. And he said that our universe, the universe could just be the result of a science experiment of a scientist who created the universe
One of
just to
one
see.
of these
Hold on a
deities.
sec, just to see what would happen, right? He created the universe to put us, to put us against each other. I don't know, to breed the ultimate life form or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Those two things at least are logically consistent. But to say that this embodied mind exists and it's a god and it created the whole universe and exists outside of existence, or like it doesn't make sense. Right? It's like looking at a painting and then trying to determine everything about the painter. Well, you need to know about the painter first before you can determine what the painting says.
And a
But
lot. Well, that's maybe. I think you can enjoy the painting. I
well,
mean,
you can
painting.
enjoy the painting, yes, but when you start making assumptions about what the painting means without really knowing anything about the artist, well, it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
I could probably pull up
No,
that
I
video
do
if you
because
care.
even as you were laying it out, I couldn't figure out if this God that you were kind of describing could be. I was thinking, I'm not sure that God could be said to be loving if he is just like playing with stuff, like
Well,
what, like an experiment. Let's see what this
why
will
does it
happen.
have to be loving? Like, if you tell me,
No, I'm
why
just.
does it have to be loving?
I was only introducing that idea because the Christian God is seen to be loving, and it's interesting though, because I just think
Yeah, he's really
I
loving.
wouldn't
Let me tell
see.
you.
Well, as you were describing this one God that was just having this experiment or whatever, like that, like a scientist doing experiments, he doesn't care about the chemicals he's pouring, like if it explodes or if it fails,
I
big
mean,
fucking
you
deal,
say that
throw it in the trash.
you say that, but there have been a lot of scientists who have actually, I don't want to say fallen in love with their creations, but you know, learn to grow to care about them because
Oh,
they're
well, yeah.
acting in ways that the scientist himself can relate. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Well, I
these
think you're
guys are
confusing
humans
the
like
two
me.
ideas. Like
I'm
you're
really not
confusing a
actually.
passion. I think you're confusing like a guy having a passion and an idea, and he's going to attack this thing scientifically. Like, he's going to find the cure for this thing, And
No,
he's
I'm not confused. I am not confusing anything, Riddick, and I will explain to you why. Because because at first the scientists may have started. You know what? I'm going to simulate the universe. Going to simulate the universe in a simulation. 13.8 billion years will go by in like 5 minutes to me, but to them it'll be so long, right? So in
right.
those 5 minutes, like the scientist has seen the entire universe come to being, has seen dinosaurs die out, have seen humans rise up, and all that, right? Now, obviously, he's like, oh, he's watches them like, oh, they're basically he started out cold, but over time he began to care about his creation. That's not really confusing anything. Am I right, Victor, or am I going crazy?
Oh, you're making good points. We're all
Okay,
crazy.
so and let me just answer a little back to that, because we might be talking past each other a little bit, but all I'm like, even in this question, because I was talking about a scientist in a lab with test tubes and chemicals,
Yeah, and
and
so am
of
I.
course, but the scientist, I can't think of any scientist that gets attached, emotionally
Really,
to
you
the
can't
test
think
to
you can't
to
think of any
to the
scientist.
to the test tubes.
Oh my
A,
fucking
a,
god!
a guy in a lab that like is very emotionally
He's
attached
not
to a
getting
test
attached to
tube,
the test.
and
He's
he, and
not
he
getting attached. Look, Rennick, I'm trying to be calm here.
that's what I was talking
He
about.
is not getting attached to the test tube itself. He's getting attached
Okay.
to the fucking simulation.
It's the
Again,
hamster,
am I
not the
making sense?
cage.
You know
Well,
what?
no,
Think-
you're talking about you're talking about he's attached to the experiment that he's running. Is that what you mean?
Yes, but he's not. He's not. PJ, would you mind taking over, please?
Well, see, I just don't see how that answers my original what I was trying to say, because it just seems like you're just agreeing with me now. But anyways,
I kind of got lost in it. Like, okay, where's that now?
okay, this is one thing I just wanted to add. Okay, so imagine a god. Okay, so what if we see, okay, this gets back to the idea we were talking about. If you can look at a piece of art and you might be able to infer some things from the artist about the artist, but
Right.
you couldn't there's so many more things you could not infer, right? You could just, there's too many unknowns. If all you got to look at is that, you wouldn't know what color he was, how tall he was, how heavy he was, or whether it was a he or a she, all these things you wouldn't know just from looking at that. Okay. Now, so now let's look at a creature who made the universe, right? And so all I was going to suggest was how that universe came to exist might have something to say about the artist or the creator, because if he just like spoke some words and then poof, the stuff came into existence, like rocks and minerals and all, like these things that we consider unthinking or unfeeling thing. They're just things, that people or persons use. Okay. Right. So then now, but imagine if that's not how everything came in. What if God actually had to birth all that stuff out of himself? And now it's something, it's a part of God. Now you might have reason to believe that God loves the creation, where if you just think God poofed it into the air, you'd have to allow that maybe God doesn't love it. He might, we can assume maybe God loves it, but there would be no right.
I think
this is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
just like a mother loves her child, but a father might not necessarily love that tree he cut up into firewood. That's just wood to burn. I mean,
I'm trying to grab what you're saying here in a weird way, but it kind of broke apart at the end. Like initially, I'm trying to remember exactly where it started. With the petri dish type deal, and it's like an experiment, right? It's almost like you're saying he's doing, if the experiment is an experiment, then he got the experiment right from the get-go and it's all good, but it's not.
No, I'm not really even saying that.
But I mean, if it's an experiment, then it can't be right because it's viewed not right by the people that was created in his image. And now that the people have the knowledge of God through the fruit, then we can see that's not right. So that means God must not be right. So if we cannot predict the future, God cannot predict the future. And he may have all well intentions for this experiment to work out in the end, but it seems like an experiment with no, and we're at the moment of the experiment as it's happening.
Well,
That's why there's no direct connection with the experimenter.
PJ, to clarify, the human brain has been has been determined to be a prediction machine. We can predict the future. We just really suck at it. Like
Yeah, I mean,
I can predict. Angelina Jolie is going to show up at my house tomorrow. I'm wrong, but I can predict it.
I mean, we can predict obvious things, like the sun obviously will
Yeah.
come tomorrow. If the next day happens, you're going to check your wiener again the next 48 hours.
I love how you went there. Are you trying to tell us something? Do you have a problem?
No, I'm just saying these predictions, but
I know.
predictions.
Fucking weirdo, degenerate. Get the fuck out of here.
But like direct predictions, like so and so is going to drop this amount of money and fall down a well, and then so and so will rescue him, and that type of deal. That's unpredictable. I mean,
or like Osama bin Laden's going to fly some planes into the World Trade Center before it happens.
or the U.S. government will say he did.
Well, hey, you know what? This is your channel. You can demonetize it the way you want, or just have everyone report it.
No, Alex Jones pretty much nailed the prediction on Osama bin Laden, the Twin Towers, and flying airplanes.
Oh no, that wasn't Alex Jones. That was the guy. No, that wasn't Alex Jones at all. That was the guy who died. The predecessor of Alex Jones, his nemesis for a little while, because Alex Jones was mimicking him. And this Cooper. Cooper predicted that there'll be a planes flown into buildings by Arabs. And then Alex Jones was going some other shit. They got to like little arguments about things. Pretty good little history on them too. But Cooper was the one that actually predicted that stuff.
Well, I heard, I saw a tape where they showed Alex Jones. Now he might have got the thing, didn't say where he got his information from.
Yeah, from Cooper.
But
but he did
say he said Osama bin Laden, and he didn't say just Arabs. I don't know if the other.
Did he say it before or after? I don't know if he said Osama bin Laden directly.
Yeah, but
before it was attacked.
I believe so. I'll try to.
Alex Jones might be a CIA, FBI inside agent who already knew that and is part of the program to sway other people into believing that they are turning the frogs gay to keep America divided. So Alex Jones may be an insider laughing his ass off. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case,
he's actually said that, like, he's admitted that it could be, it could be the case that, like, he's sort of put himself in a place where he's had to admit that could be true. You guys, I could be,
Definitely. I mean, if somebody's going to come out with things like that on the fly,
then why would Alex Jones admit it? Yeah. Well, I was planted here. I was planted here by the lizard people to
There's a saying that it's the Masons know it, the Illuminati know it. The best way to keep a secret is to put it right out in front of everybody's face.
I love that. I love that.
So I pulled up about Alex Jones predicts 9/11. What comes up is Donald Trump's strange remarks about 9/11. Let's see what this is. I'm not sure.
Trump. Try to do a Trump voice. No, I'm trying to get it right.
Okay, can you guys see it?
Yeah.
I'll just stay on this page until it's over. That's really bizarre thing about 9/11.
40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest.
I watched as people jumped, and I watched the second plane come in parts of New Jersey, Jersey City, but parts of New Jersey. I saw people getting together and in fairly large numbers celebrating as the World Trade Center was coming down. I watch our police and our firemen down in 7-Eleven, down
Good
the World
God.
Trade Center.
That's the fucking quality of this.
Everyone who helped clear the rubble. And I was there, and I watched, and I helped a little bit.
That's AI. I don't believe that's Trump. That's the AI generated. Right, PJ? It's AI.
It's hard to tell this time. So yeah, it's hard to tell. Really, with these
Oh
AI
look!
things.
Oh look! We appeared in the recommended.
More on this side than the other side, kind of thing, because it was just kind of on a hill.
Yeah, but I mean, look! We appeared in the recommended. You see that?
Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna take care of all this. By
Okay, never mind. He doesn't see you.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Not
I'm
there.
Kim told me to let you know. And that stuff can't be there. That is considered a fire pit. Above ground. She wants a like a nice fire pit.
Oh well, what's wrong with that?
She doesn't want it's a dryer drum, and she
Right.
doesn't want that kind of stuff around here. I have to have Bill move his too. So
Okay, well, I was Tommy. I'll just tell him that she didn't. He didn't say it was because of what it was. He just
Right.
said he had too much stuff over there.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that has to. But no, I already told him about it, Tommy. So he
Well, that
knows.
was a lot of fucking work for nothing, getting stuck in it.
Right. Oh, I know. Yeah, I had to pull them both out before.
Oh, that was made it easy. Then.
Apparently, nobody knows how to mute.
I'm like, what? I know, right? When you get some engine paint that drum real nice, bright red, and put some chrome legs on. Is that fancy enough for him?
Yes.
Right.
Stuff too. I just don't come from her.
You want to just go back to where we were?
Get that notice out.
Actually, I gotta do a couple of things, in a couple minutes, dude. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
only
that's
have like
fine.
maybe like 10, 15. I'll be on later on today. I gotta take care of some crap around the house, and
Yeah, so do I. I gotta do some. Still gonna do. I gotta do my own thing. And this
Well, I
fucker
gotta-
is not even
Hey.
talking.
Anybody? You
I
don't
think I
like
got 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 maybe before I gotta cut out.
Puppy.
I mean, I would just leave now and do what you need to do. What are you doing here?
I don't know. Yeah, I read it.
He's off.
Can you just paint that fucking drum a nice bright engine color red, like engine paint, and then put some chrome legs on it? They make it fancy, right? Sounds like they just don't want that hillbilly look of, because I mean I got a freaking dryer drum burner. Those work fucking fantastic. I used to have one.
These guys are so full of shit. It's like, I mean, it's ridiculous. I wish my cable was longer. I was gonna let me get back out in that. Now that wasn't that big a deal about where's my camera at?
The tub, the drum.
Oh, I forgot it. So never mind. I got the background black. I mean, look, this is the RV in, like, it's a cheap ass RV park in the middle of the fucking woods. It's got a asphalt road coming through it that's all broken up and crap. I mean, there's old trailers around, and this guy's making a bitch about a little fire pit. Like, you heard the discussion? That's what it is. Basically, like a dryer drum, and it has a nice lid that's like a grill lid, for sparks, and it's just propped up on 4 rocks, perfect for burning wood and sitting around, But it's just old, somehow she don't like it.
That sucks. I had to pay HOA, and they come around, knocking and shit. Retarded. Yeah,
Oh,
it's dumb.
yeah.
It's all-
Well, like there was all kind like there's just been different little clues along the way that where I had already decided, my
The
when
jam.
my lease is up, I'm gonna jam
When's your lease up?
in August.
We know,
Juan,
dude.
I love
let's make
you.
it really quick. I mean, like, there's I don't know how much you pay or anything like that, but I think there's places around Ren Lake over here that do camping or allow like campers and rentals and leases, and that's
Yeah, no, that would be another place I would expect you could find a really cheap place. Just to, if that's all you needed was a place that had electric and water and a lot, for you to
Wait, what are we
park.
talking about? I
Yeah.
zoned out for a minute.
Sure.
We're
Like,
talking about finding a home.
Yeah, I reckon he's new home.
No, my lease is going to be up in August, and I'm going to be probably looking at Florida.
Florida?
Why?
You want to go alligators, iguanas, fucking boa constrictors,
right.
and a bunch of crazy motherfuckers eat your face off?
Right.
Cubans coming on boats.
Oh, and also, this is great. This is great. Apparently, there was a man arrested in Florida for using a discarded nuke to power his house for 27 years.
Nice.
I shit you not. He
That
used a nuke to power his house
That is
for
genius.
27 years. He got caught and arrested. Like, fuck you, government. Like, he wasn't bothering anybody. He was using it to power
Wait,
his house.
he made his own
Genius
nuclear
technology.
power
No.
plant.
Well, I mean, yeah, he found a nuke, right? Apparently, the U.S. lost a nuke or something. That does happen. Like, there
Oh,
are
you mean
few
a bomb?
nukes? Yes. And he fucking
So
used
he was
it to
able
power
to
his
get
house.
all the potential what is it the stable energy
plutonium?
out of that. That's awesome.
I don't know how he did it. I don't know whether the story is true,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
sounds
awesome
kinda weird.
anyway.
In other words, this guy found a nuke and then harnessed the energy from it and used it.
Yeah, that's
sounds
what the title
really
says.
weird.
That's what the fucking.
I gotta see schematics on that. I gotta see some wire diagrams for that one. Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. You'd have to have some balls to be messing with that thing.
Well, he's got boys apparently.
I mean, if you could ground something and you collect the energy that comes out of it, that's just a fucking positive wire. You just go fucking ground positive. If it's continuous energy coming out of that one source, it's just fucking regular wiring from there.
I just want to know if I'm getting radioactive while I'm around this thing.
Oh, that's the benefit of it, dude. You get to
I'd
fucking
be
extra
afraid of-
strength. You get to fly. You get to predict the future.
Yeah.
You get all the powers, dude. Like,
Faster than a speeding bullet.
right? Yeah, I was some of that good old,
More
Ninja
powerful
Turtle
than a
mutant
locomotive.
green ooze.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
You know, on the no. On the surface, Superman sounds like a bad idea because if you have somebody who can't be fucking killed and
Yeah.
he's super fast or whatever, you're gonna have boring stories. It's a good thing they found a way to actually make it interesting.
They always had the
Yeah, they
Superman.
found
They
that
have
kryptonite.
oldest. They have the oldest lores. I think it's like African lore of the Uberman. The one that has the power. Yeah, they could do things like a god figure. Like the Greeks had different aspects, like Zeus. He was earthbound many times. He was actually.
But I'm
born
talking.
on
I'm
Earth.
talking about Superman himself. Like, imagine if somebody like on its surface, having a story about he's Superman. He could do anything. He can leap over a single bound, and he's faster than a locomotive or some shit. Like, you're gonna have boring stories of him just saving people. But if you introduce superpowered villains and kryptonite and Darkseid, you know what I mean? It gets interesting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you can add all
other
kinds of
stuff
cool stuff to it.
introduced. Yeah. And plus,
Can you
plus
guys see
pink
this?
kryptonite. We don't talk about pink kryptonite.
Oh, man-made kryptonite. Is that the one?
No, pink kryptonite. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
familiar with
what
that
it is.
one.
Can anyone guess what this is?
I can't see. It's too.
I'm talking to two guys that can't see.
Yeah.
Wow, you're an
It's
asshole.
It looks like a package.
It's a little mini clothes hanger. Like you mount it to the wall and you pull it and you hook it on across.
Did you order
and
that
can
or did
hang.
you buy it?
I just
Oh, cool.
bought it. I think it was $10 from Amazon.
Oh, so you ordered it.
Yeah, and then I ordered 2 bags of chips.
You're making me hungry again.
Oh, those are good
You
ones.
wouldn't
I had
like
those
you
before.
wouldn't
Yeah.
you wouldn't like me when I'm hungry. When I'm hungry.
I haven't eaten yet. I haven't broken my daily fast.
And they're,
31.
I'm
these
out
are
of here and
cattle,
go eat, asshole. You need food.
they're cattle cooked, so I wasn't worried about them getting all broken up. And it looks like they're I can tell they're in pretty good shape. And then I got these are for the dog.
Oh,
These
you
are fleas.
puppy.
Look at the little pug, huh?
Well, no, look. I feel so sorry for pugs because they're in constant fucking pain. Okay,
Right.
Jesus, poor dogs.
So I there's this whatever brand it is, but it has these 2 medicines in it for flea. It's flea
Mhm.
protection, and it's the kind you squeeze at the back of their neck,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right? And it's supposed to be good for like a month or something.
Mhm.
And anyways, it's like $38.
Yeah.
The cheapest I could find. Except then I went on the search for the same product, made by somebody else, and I did stumble upon this cheap, no name, but the ingredients are there, right? The two.
As long as the
main
ingredients are there, it
ingredients.
should be fine.
So and it was like $14 or something. For the same.
That's a savings right there. I
That's
mean,
good.
yeah. You can save some big money like that. Kind of sucks how they try to like screw people around here. For example, I had to get two towers or spindles for my mower. $60 fucking everywhere you look around here.
That's
Fucking up to
fucking highway
100.
robbery. Fuck off. No.
I got them. I got them on Amazon. The same part number, $18.99. I just had to wait a week.
Okay,
the
apparently
same-
Brojo's going to a wedding tomorrow. If I'm wedding Tumo, money.
All right on. Yeah,
Victor,
make that money.
Victor, you know what this is?
A car.
That. Yeah, that's a press. It's like for making like tortillas and stuff. Yeah.
I want it.
Right?
Can I have it? Mail it
Just
to
go
me.
for it.
Got my tortilla press.
Yep, they're good for making like tamales, tortillas, or actually make you hamburgers too. You know the secret is not make it stick to that. Irenic?
Well,
You know those,
I was gonna order the discs that go with it.
Oh, the Teflon.
Well,
You can order Teflon,
I've
but you
seen
know
is
what?
these, like more or less these throwaway paper. It's like
I'll tell you what
parchment
works.
paper.
No, I'll tell you it works perfectly every time because my mom used that shit all the time. You know when you go to the grocery store, you buy vegetables, and you buy those plastic grocery bags that are real thin. You have to separate them. They come on
Oh
rolls.
yeah, I read that online or in a video. The lady was joking. We always used to use the grocery store bags.
Yeah. Use those. They are like magic. They work just as well as a Teflon would. It won't stick to the product. Just wrap the top and bottom with those bags, and when you press it, and it works just like gold.
And
Just grab a couple extra at the grocery store.
Do you just leave the bags on the top and the bottom, and you change them out when you're done? You don't. Okay, you just open it and then peel it away from the bag.
Or you can even like I seen it done where they put the bag over the bottom, so it's like the one bag's on the whole bottom, and the top bag will be over the whole top, and they'll just they'll break the press part through a hole, and they'll just use it that way. Or sometimes they'll tear the bag in half and use the top and bottom. Or I haven't seen them put the thing inside the bag and press it. So any way you can imagine, just imagine that bag as a Teflon pieces, 1, 2 pocket anyway.
Have you used this kind of stuff?
What's that?
I
can't see it.
Let's see.
Is it masa?
Called, yeah.
Masa. Oh yeah, dude.
This is what I need for corn tortillas.
Tortillas.
Right? I make
All
a
you
little
need-
dough. You make it into a little dough ball, right?
Yep.
You got to make it the right consistency. That's the whole idea with the
And
press, right?
If you want, okay, all you have to do is add water and salt, really. But if you want like authentic
it's very
tortilla
simple.
taste, if you want authentic tortilla
Lime?
taste, get some actual like real lard, like the real lard, and put a dab of that in the masa mix, and you'll get that because it'll actually almost like give it a little bit of a crisp to it too, and brown it nicer. If you put like a little scoop of lard, oh, you got it. You've been doing research, man. You've been making fucking tamales tortillas, man. You can sell those for a lot of
to make my own tortillas. I can't wait
Oh,
to
yeah.
fry them up and with a nice salsa.
I got my mom's a horrible cook, but she had her grandmother's who's a Navajo, her grandmother's tamale recipe, and I have that. So if you ever want like filling for that masa, just throw in there for that authentic tamale taste. I can send you that recipe. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that sometime.
Right on. I
Is the
cook
recipe as
quite a
easy
bit.
as the recipe as easy as you? Sorry,
Easy, but not as sleazy because I'm kind of cheesy.
You know, this has actually been kind of pleasant. I'm actually surprised, other than Jill coming on.
Holy shit!
Well, in the circus, sometimes you gotta wait for some acts to be over
I got
before they
two of
bring the big
these.
stuff.
This
Country
is what
time.
I drink instead of a soda.
Right
Ooh,
on.
That looks nice.
Mhm.
I got another
I
one of
want
those things.
candy. I want
And then-
candy.
Oh man, the box got torn up. Not
Bow
last
wow
but not
wows.
least.
Oh,
What is
hells yeah!
love, baby,
I got
don't
that right
hurt
now, dude. I have
me.
the Captain Crunch.
Man, my
Don't let your
favorite.
Captain Crunch and don't let your kitchen sink.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, You're a cunt. Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that.
I can use a shower.
Man, I gotta clean this place up so I can actually do some cooking.
Yeah, well, end the stream and go clean up, and PJ and I will go. I don't know.
Actually, I gotta
play
cook too. I got
Minecraft.
hungry myself.
Yeah, go eat. You deserve it.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
I don't know if I should go out with a song or not.
Why not?
You got. I was gonna ask
Your
you
Paul Tortillas.
Oh,
song.
That's a saying in
Can
my
I?
family.
Can
Well,
I do
there was one
I
I
could
was
try
gonna.
that.
I was wondering if you still remember that one.
Which one?
Midnight always wants the people to end the stream. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
I can't. You know, dude. I remember what you're talking about. It was like a da 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 da.
Yes. That one.
I remember, but I don't. I wouldn't be able to do it like offhand. I have to kind of like remember it again. It was like a. It was like a some souls can. Oh, I know. This is like something like a prophet's soul could never be sold.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just making it up as I go. I gotta remember. It's like, if you're good, you're as good
Just
as
do the
gold.
tune if you can remember.
I can't remember the hook, dude. I gotta like look. I gotta go back.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. how
I
it
wrote.
is.
I have notes somewhere, and I have to probably listen to my recording I did way back in the day in a hangout too. But oh, Tog's out there too. Right on, Brojo.
Tog, Bojo. Oh, that was Midnight likes. Yeah, exactly. I do like saying that. What you gonna do about it? Why don't you come on stream, little man? Midnight was a long time with Vic. No, Bojo, don't worry. We already had it a long time. Don't worry. I'm satisfied with my alone time with Vic. I'm sorry, man. I just never mind. I guess.
Get your bongos out, Brojo.
I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Then I saw her face, and I died. Oh, great. Brojo is
One
here.
second. One
Hey,
second.
yo, Brojo.
The
That's
Bro
right.
Joe. Brother John.
What's up? How you doing?
You doing?
Hold on a sec.
Hey.
I'm getting a phone call from hell.
What's going on?
Right now, I don't know.
Don't know what's going on?
Just like
I
chilling
just
and
go fast, and I'm having my 420 afterwards. So there you go.
right on.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'll cheers with some tobaccos right now. Hopefully, I get some buzz later.
Mm.
We're all ready to go. He just took off. There he
You
is.
went to start cooking.
All right.
Sorry, man. It was just part of that, when that guy showed up and about this fire pit out there. So the guy, the neighbor who gave it to me, because what happened is his yard is all full of that kind of shit, and my yard is completely empty. But I did have a place where it was just a mound of dirt where I burned wood, 40 feet that way, from away from the tree, So he's like, oh, and it's just a nice little wood, like it's a round barrel. It's all rust colored, totally rust colored, and then it had a lid, like a rounded, nice lid with a handle that fit it perfectly, that kept out the sparks from flying, and that was it. And she don't want that thing out there. Like, what the fuck does she think this place is? Jeez.
Right.
Is it her land?
Oh yeah, it's her place. I mean, I'm just saying, she's anyway, it's fine, whatever.
Is it an insurance thing?
No, it's just she and this guy that gave it to me. I mean, look, I've been here a year. Everything's.
You're there a
I
year
don't know
already?
what-
In Tennessee?
Well, not a year. No, I've been like 7 months or something, 6, 8 months maybe. August will be a year when I'm done with August. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the guy that used to do all their maintenance around here. They just kind of told him to go suck tit, and got this other guy in here, moved him in with his new RV. He's got a big old like 8x10 shed that they hauled in and dropped there. So this guy's and now he's getting all the work that this guy used to do for the jobs, somehow. He's like,
cool.
he's their new maintenance guy running the place when they're gone. So I don't know if they're related. It could be or something.
So how big is this place? Like
there's like maybe 19 lots tops.
19 lots? Okay.
It's pretty small. And they didn't crowd it in. I mean, they're decent. One thing is good is that they're not all tight right next to each other. Like,
You got some privacy.
Yeah. But I mean, I would have, I was getting ready to put a fence up and stuff. And right about that time, I was like getting little signals. And
Might not even want that.
Well, I mean, everything's got, that's no big deal getting approved, things getting approved. But the problem is, if you looked at every place around here, they're all like, you'd realize, you wouldn't be surprised you were in Tennessee, in East Tennessee, in the hills, by the looks of everything and the condition of everything. But in spite of that, there's this nonsense with a little nice looking fucking wood burning little drum. It's like nothing. It's nothing different than a 55-gallon drum that's like short. That's all it is.
That's exactly what that is. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing my ass. I can't say this publicly, but my mom called me and told me the funniest thing ever. I can't say it live, but it's fucking funny.
You're just looking for another piece to go off air and be alone with Vic.
You're so
I can
jealous,
tweet you
aren't
if you
you?
want.
Like, you're so salty about me hanging out with Vic. What the fuck?
Bronco, did you ever make your own tortillas?
No.
I'm about to pretty soon. This isn't, Victor, I remember though there's this one place down in Old Town at San Diego it's a old, it's some Mexican restaurant or the Mexican Village or wherever where tourists go. And there you can always stand outside the window and you see the ladies, they're doing this with their hands all day and like on all sides of the table. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're doing this with the dough and the table. Oh, maybe he's muted.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get back to that.
Have
you ever been to San Diego?
Oh no.
You never vacated there?
No, I wish I went to. Yeah, I would like to go to San Diego. It's not on the top of the bucket list.
I just thought in your life, but you never went to Cali, right?
No, as far as I got is Houston, Texas.
I've never been.
And far north I got is Montreal, and as far out Caribbeans is as far as I can. The Caribbean.
I've been to the Caribbean. I've been to Montreal.
Yeah.
And Houston.
And down, of course, through the states, down to Florida. Been once.
I've probably been to Hawaii about 40 or 50 times.
Oh, you fuck.
Only for
Nice.
like 48 hours.
Oh.
My ex, she was a flight
Oh,
attendant.
40.
Your ex was a
No, well,
flight
once,
attendant. Wow.
So
sometimes
20
you get,
days
like,
in total.
sometimes you get like 55 hours over there. Though. For me, that's cake because I'm sleeping on the way there. I get to Hawaii, I'm there and I can stay up and whatever because Anyway, it was cool. But besides Hawaii, I went all over went anywhere I went in the world. I went with because of her. And so
I like to get to the Grand Canyon first. That's what I want to get to.
Been to Israel. Been to Kenya. Where else? Oh, France, or not France, but England and Spain and Portugal. I've been there, all those. St. Martin's. That was a lot of
St.
fun.
Martin's, I've been down there. Cruise down there, St. Thomas.
Hey, did you see that? Did you ever go by that one bar that's right by the airport where the planes land, like just feet over your head? Those big airliners. You ever see that?
I've seen people do that.
Okay, no, but in St. Martin's, it's a famous place, but there's a bar. It's got like a surfboard sticking out of the ground with like a chalk menu for shit. It's a really cool, hip little place.
I think a lot of bars are like that. They have the board stuck in the fucking sand.
But this happens to be where you can sit there at this bar and from miles out watch this big 757 coming, from 10 minutes away or maybe more. I don't know. But eventually that thing comes and I swear to God, it's less than 100 feet over your head when it passes.
Wow.
Like you can walk over there and it'll go, you can look right at. I did that.
How big are the planes?
Thing. A big fucking jetliner, fucking big, the big ones.
So that didn't rattle the bar?
Oh fuck! It's a lot of wind there.
I mean, I imagine bottles just falling all over the place.
I think it's I think it's handled or whatever. I mean, they might have some barrier kind of.
They got a system.
Yeah,
they have
wind things that break the wind or something, but they can't do nothing for the sound. That's for sure. It's loud as fuck. But all kinds of planes are flying there, not just the big
bartenders
ones,
go deaf.
But I mean, that's the reason that they put I'm sure that was a great idea though, dude, because everyone would go there just to watch the planes land, just even for a few minutes, like, okay, let's watch one. Like, it's not like after you've done one, it's like, okay, that was cool, but not like we want to hang out there. It's just too loud and whatever.
Hey, Bob, when I was in Houston, it was like 1985, 86. It was immaculate. City was clean. And it was weird. You go there and everybody's carrying, and I didn't, I felt like I was in the safest place in the world.
In 2012, 2013, at least 2014, Austin was a great place. I went there several times. San Antonio was a beautiful city to go to. They had that like river walk that goes through San Antonio. They got the Alamo there. That's a great vacation spot. I would recommend. Like good food and lots to do, I guess, at least at some extent. I don't like Fort Worth, Dallas. I mean, you can have all that shit, all the highway mess.
Dallas, San Antonio. It's awesome.
I really love Seattle and Portland.
Yeah, redneck.
As liberal as they are, I love those cities. What? San Francisco too.
Thanks for having me. I'm going to go.
All right.
You're not going to tell us what your mother said? Come on, make us laugh too. We want to laugh.
Exactly. Prick.
No.
All right, fuck you. Oh, I'll get him to say it now next time.
Oh yeah. Fine, I thought you were coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll a cigarette. Where's my coffee cup? That's weird.
American Spirit. Oh, I got my other channel. I'm gonna get that going. I got V Midnight Engine, and I put just a description there that's going to be, a comical view of the world and everything that's happening around, including politics, religion, this and that. Try to keep it comical, but I also throw in there, Native Americans, so I can say all kinds of crap and get away with it. I'm use a card, use a race card.
You're gonna use your Native American status, eh?
Well, and not only that, the ghetto status too. That I can say whatever the hell I want. The Hodge twins say, and this and that. Well, I can say that shit too. That's where I grew up. So what are you gonna do if I do that?
Right.
Native bound. See how far it goes.
So you're a gay black Native American.
A little happy. Maybe I don't know if 1920s happy, but
1920s
Never
gay.
get canceled. Throw in trans too. You might as well.
a bundle of money won't make me gay. A sweet little honey has got me say I'm sitting on top of the world.
So you're starting a new channel. So drop a link.
Oh, I had the channel for I don't know how long. I just never used it. Yeah, just let me put a link in the private. I had this channel. I think it's my oldest channel. This is a channel I was probably using way back in the day when I first started for a bit.
I still have mine.
Yeah,
is the V spot.
Up in the
V spot. Yeah, that was a good name.
Yeah, this is the V spot. When I just changed it to
You should see the logo. The logo that goes with it though. The way
the V one.
V-Spot. All right. Yeah, V spot was a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
I should put it back because it's V right
Almost
now.
as good as the G spot.
You saw the logo. You put the logo up. I should be able to put on the avatar here. That's a pretty cool logo I made up. I got that from we used to do like vinyl.
You probably got that from Catherine one night, and she says, "Oh, that's your V spot. I found it." Yeah. Right after Victor said something about finding her G spot.
I thought it sounded kind of dirty. Yeah.
You don't love everyone, Midnight. Stop lying to yourself. Nobody loves everyone. Lies.
Oh, there it goes. It's kind of off center, but
God might love everyone.
Okay.
Notice I put a qualifier on there.
Might. So then the devil might too.
I don't think God loves the devil. I think God just created the devil to be the little
devil might
thing
love
that he does. He needed, just like every story needs that, the provoker.
But this is the B Spot channel. I should already be subscribed.
Oh, this is different. This is the V Midnight Engine. Because the V Spot is a pretty cool name. Yeah.
All right, I get to be the third subscriber. My number. Yes.
But you see how you notice how he makes the V though, Brojo.
Let me see.
Yeah. And look at the S too. The S is also something too.
Well, yeah, but especially the V. I just
V Midnight.
Oh no! Are you talking about the avatar I'm using now for my V channel?
Oh, I'm not looking at that. Okay. Oh yeah, the woman of legs is spread.
Yeah, the S is a snake. His little eye and tongue coming out.
There you go.
It's pretty eye grabbing.
No, like you could look at that and like we were talking about just earlier, Brojo. Like, looking at a painting, what does that reveal about the artist or whatever? And
dirty motherfucker.
This is one of those you could like stare at and like, what about that fucker?
This is like one of those what do they call those ink blots? The
like an ink blot.
Rorschach test, yeah.
I see a woman with a leg spread wide open. Bond's here.
Yep. Oh, he's that. All right.
Oh, Sorry, I think I heard a bip, and I was like just gonna finish a point. Fine, come back in if you want.
We waited.
I'm listening.
There's no patience. No patience.
He wasn't there that long, and he just left. I know that because I was looking at it, and then anyway. Not like Jill, like last time I was on.
This is the avatar I used when I first started 15 years ago on G Plus.
Oh wow, that looks just like you.
It is. I put my face in there, give myself a joint and a drink.
Does that look familiar to you, Brojo?
It does.
Yeah, I used that 15 years ago. I would go in there, so I started like arguing against like Christians and religions and things like that. And I started the account with the Lord something. I can't say what it is. It's my last name, but
Oh, okay. All right.
but it's a very common name. Too common, really. Right. I mean, so common it'd be kind of hard to find anybody.
Oh, you got some Jim Beam,
Johnny Walker, Johnny Walker, or Blue Label, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. And it was animated too. I kind of find the animated when my mouth was open and closing, like blah 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 blah, and the smoke was going up and the bottles went up and down a little bit on the animated one.
Well, what would be cool is if you could make the mouth open like you're like
when I talk.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I think I saw somebody had that. He was in Brojo's Hangout around Christmas time, like 2 Christmases ago. And he's the one that you had to zoom into the fucking bulb on the tree to
find
find him
about what's his name?
All something or something.
I want to say Peter. I want to say Peter, but I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, he's a guy that has an accent like this. You can't do this. Like, look at my stuff. Like kind of like a Norwegian, Swedish accent.
Brojo should know who the guy is, I think.
Wait, what was his avatar?
At Christmas time, he had this like fucking beautiful Rockwell painting or something like that, and then but you zoom into one of the fucking ornaments on the tree, and that's where he was. Then you that's where he was on the video. Do you remember that?
I remember St. Tommy having a tree in a picture, not a Rockwell, but
yeah.
No, this would be something like Brojo.
Remember St. Tommy's rotating Christmas tree?
Yep. Remember that?
Yeah. Not to mention his Christmas lights.
Well, if I remember correctly, I was there. He had a Christmas tree in the background. He goes, "Can you guys see me? I bet you can't see me." And he zooms into the bulb, and it's him and the bulb talking. I think I'm pretty sure his name is Peter. I think Peter something.
Yeah, he's got geo skills, but maybe more.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, and he had like a Norwegian Swedish type accent, right? Kind of like an older guy.
And he did some work for some channel that he was boasting about at the time. I don't know.
Yeah, it was 20th Century Fox thing. He just changed the name and stuff. I remember that. That was the same hangout, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. Like, hey, can you guys see me? But it was like a beautiful Christmas shot with like flames,
fireplace.
It's like, and then it was like, holy shit!
It's pretty cool.
An ornament was like a tiny dot, in the picture.
Yeah, I remember that was a pretty sweet effect. And they're like talking about different things they were doing. I remember they had one with the 30th Century Fox where they changed the person's name to like represent them as an intro. And they did something else too, like a flyby. And there he was explaining how he was doing it for a bit too.
Yeah. Yeah, there was, I think Gio might have been in the hangout.
Mm-hmm. I believe so. I didn't want to say, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That was like a couple years ago, like 3 years ago, maybe, right? It was a while ago, maybe longer than that.
I don't know how you
it was at least 2 years ago. But that's why I said maybe like it was like 2 or 3 Christmases.
If you're asking me to remember something, you're asking.
It's the 420, not the Remember Me channel.
Well, that's my issue. Yeah,
I hire Vic to do my remembering for me.
Right, my memory's pretty good for right.
Man, I really appreciate sometimes I'll run across something from maybe Social Security or whatever, a printout of all the my entire work record that they have, you know,
Oh yeah.
and that's a really good way of like kind of reflecting on the chronology of your life and getting it straight, maybe.
Right.
It's
Especially if you have
like,
like multiple jobs and stuff. You get more like
oh
more it hits you
shit, are
more.
you
Yeah.
serious? I mean, I can't tell you how many people I worked for in my life.
Oh man, same dude. My first job was 13 years straight, 13, 14 years straight, all the way through until they got divorced and they gave the place to the kid and I was out of
And
there. Yeah.
me too. Like I was usually like I would just stick around if I had a
Oh,
job, you know.
I was running the
I'd
show. I had the
stick
keys. I
around,
was
but
open. I had my own desk. I was contacting customers. And then the bitch comes in, their daughter comes in. So, oh, we're doing a rechange. You're not going to have your desk. You can't talk to customers. You can't log open and close. You can't have, you have to be here when we're here. I was like,
oh
no,
my God.
I'm out. Yeah.
I don't have to be here when you're here. See?
And,
Bye.
and the funny thing is, I quit. Right? I quit. And then they had to hire like 3 fucking people to take my place because I was open and close. I was laser engraving. I was graphic designing. I was the network of the
You
computers for
should have
them.
come in like in a week. You miss me yet?
Oh, her dad was looking for me, but I was like, no, I'm not going to work for her because she's a total bitch. Because they accused me of stealing stuff. Because I was running all the graphics work, and they were talking a bunch of shit. And then why do we have copies of this? I said, well, I bought that program, cost $850. I brought it here to use because it's a better program for me to do graphics on. Well, I'm sure we bought that. They accused me of stealing a program. I was like, it was crazy. It was
Oh my
stupid.
gosh.
Yeah.
I see
Like,
what you mean.
jeez.
Yeah, like I can't work for people that don't have integrity that way. Like that,
Right.
you know. Like look,
Or
you said we both know we both know what you said to me. So don't fucking act
Yeah.
like you didn't say that.
I told him
bitch.
too. I said, I may go to the fucking register and take out $2 and go get myself a soda. Everybody does, but don't call me a fucking thief because that's like an ultimate insult for me. Because I just like, I'm like, yeah, I just, I don't know. I've been robbed and stolen from several times, and I would never do it to anybody else. And it just pisses me off when people do it, And yeah, I had my shop broken into, and I caught them robbing the place before, and they got away with all my fucking Craftsman tools. So.
Nobody likes a liar or a thief.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't trust them because that's why you can't trust them to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially someone that's known to steal things. Like, fuck, dude, what, I gotta watch you around every
exactly
minute?
Yeah, yep.
Fuck, who wants that noise? Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. That's why I moved to fucking Illinois, dude. So many thieves out there. It's just everybody's a criminal, it seems. Where I grew up anyway, everybody's robbing somebody. Yeah, even my nephew fucking stole my mom's dead kid's fucking jewelry and pawned it for freaking dope. And that's not a good place to be at.
I mean, I never took money out of a business that I for soda or anything, but I certainly did out of my mom's wallet.
My mom was so dirt poor, man. I had to put money in her fucking purse. It's like, yeah. I mean, it was like, yeah. We lived in a garage for a while. I think about a couple of years, we lived in a fucking renovated garage. It was carpets on fucking cement floors, mattress on the floor. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of living.
Well, my parents struggled to provide for us. We didn't eat. I mean, there was times where we always had a meal, but it was.
Yeah. It was kind of weird because my mom was uneducated, single parent with, she got her American citizenship, which is cool, but she could speak English, but not well. She could read and write, but not well in English. And so you can imagine all she could really do was seamstress work, piecework, because you'll go down to a place in Chula Vista, find a place, say, oh, we're putting purses, boxes, bags, whatever together, sewing. She'd take a fucking bag home, 10 cents per piece, take it back, make her $20, go grab another bag. And I would have to help. I would have to, but I felt sorry for her. I was about to say sorry for the bitch, but I never called her a bitch to her face. I felt sorry for her. So I would sit there and fucking clip the fucking threads, unfold them, unpack them, put the tubing in, It's just, yeah, it can be busy. And I could sew a bag like you wouldn't believe. Make you a t-shirt. That's one of the things I want to do with the V Midnight channel. I want to come up from that, ghetto baby experience and really blast and go crazy with it and just have fun with it. Just, and I don't know. Might be fun. Might be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm. You ever go dumpster diving for dessert?
The only kind
No.
I did dumpster diving at apartment complexes.
Oh, we had all the sweet spots up in Miramar. There was Parisian bread. There was I forgot Dolly
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Oh, Dolly Madison. That distribution
Yeah.
center out there. So you catch
Wow.
them like, yeah, they threw away like tons of good shit out there.
Yeah.
We used to go up there where we were kids and grab a couple things and head back. That's the kind of stuff I want to talk about on the midnight engine channel.
Well, where I used to go to church in La Quinta when I was living there, we had to deal with Ralph's to get all their bread that they was going to throw out because they got to throw that shit out. It's a weird.
Yeah. Yep. Ralph's is a good place to go to if you want something like that. Sometimes you can ask them, you know, if you have any old stuff you're throwing out, they'll give you a couple of things. We've done that before.
I mean, we were a neighborhood church that was 2 blocks away from Ralph, so it was, you know, it was a yeah. They were happy to do it, you know. It's good for them, right?
Yeah. It wasn't until I started like getting like understanding. I started shining shoes when I was in elementary school to make money. I was making more money than my mother shining shoes. I'll bring home like $40 a day. You know, I do $1 shoe shine. They give me $2 $5 tips. I make 40 $50. So I would buy stupid shit as a kid would, but I was like thinking to myself, damn, I'm making more than my mom. You know, and then by that.
Go ahead.
Oh no! Then after that, I just started working and making my own money. You know, and of course, my mom was there every paycheck. Where's my money? Can I have 20? Can I have 40? So I kick her down some money. But that's how I got like independent from. I didn't like that poverty shit. I saw what she was doing, and I saw that I could get out of it by working and learning. And you know, I was actually going to become a car salesman, talking to them and getting to know about the business and the car sale. While I was shining shoes, I asked them questions. You know, what do you do? How you sell them? Banks and blah blah blah. I was in elementary schools. I was thinking to myself, to make more money, I could become a car salesman. And then I could, or a mechanic there, I could like work it. That's how my mind was doing as a kid to get out of that. I was always wanting to get out of that, you know, ghetto. And I did. Unfortunately, I went blind. So now I'm kind of poor, but at least I got property. You know.
Well, yeah,
I made
you're
some
not
level
bad.
up.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would say, you know, you got, you could be thankful or whatever.
I think I leveled up all right. And for my kids' sake, you know, they have property, so they have a better stance of going off. You know, that's why I see the difference. I see the difference in when people say there's no difference in equality between, you know, a lot of people say black and white, but I say poor and moderately okay. There's a big difference on how to get out of that, the mentalities, the ways, and how they keep them down. You know, it's a lot of stuff, man.
Well, honestly, I you know, I feel like a big failure for the most part as a dad, but I feel like, I mean, I was unfairly like you know, I was just I faced things that were beyond my control, but I don't know. Sometimes you wonder about that, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, when your wife, you know, divorces you, and you got kids, and then you know,
I got lucky
you know,
on that.
sometimes you can't control, you know, and then looking back, I could see this you know, this particular woman was just nothing but a ladder climber. And I happened to show up in a town, you know, because we were both young when we met, but you know, I can see where she thought I was more than what I was, maybe, or what. I mean, I was just the manager of the new Domino's that just opened up, you know, but that was good enough for her, you know, because there was nothing going on in that town, maybe, you know. Had a nice car and whatever shit.
Yeah. I guess I'm a planner when it comes to stuff like that. Like I dated a couple of girls here and there, not very many, but I would ask questions. I was always inquisitive, like, and when it comes down to, I was asking them, I figure out, or I ask them directly, what do you want? Where do you find yourself? You know, so years. And it's always, oh, I'm a dress designer. I'm gonna do a home designer, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go that. And then Kat answered the right question. You know, she wants to be a mom. That's what I was waiting for. So I guess I planned it out in a way. Try to keep it in control as much as I could.
I wish I would have had some kind of foresight like that.
Well, I would like, again, it's like growing up in that area where I see my mom and dad, you know, how they cheated on each other. Everybody's always cheating on each other. Everybody, what they do, the lies they do, you know, it's always scheme. There's nobody in my family at all right now that has a successful marriage other than I.
Wow.
I mean, I would say successful is like, no beatings, divorces, things like that. But there's 2 marriages that I think lasted throughout, but both the ladies been beaten, beyond losing teeth and, abused. So that's not successful, I don't think. That was just, they were using them. My uncle would do that. He would take my aunt. My aunt had a job at Hotel Del Coronado as a phone operator for rooms. And my uncle was my mom's brother. He was a low life degenerate, drink. He freaking molested children and shit like that. I called the cops many times on the guy, but nothing happened because they would lie for each other because they're scared. But I seen it happen. He was one of those guys that just beat the crap out of her, took her money. She'd give him money to go get milk, for the kids. He come back with milk, goes, "Where's my change?" He come back with a case of beer too. Goes, "Well, you're stupid enough to give me 20." That was his excuse, things like that. Oh, my bad. Later, bro, Joe. I mean, to talk too much, but
Oh,
yeah,
winding things down, anyways.
yeah, you're right, yeah.
I blew it when I didn't let Bond in right away.
Oh, this probably maybe it was on limited time or something. But if you got the message, that it was a mistake, I'm sure it's no hard feelings.
No, yeah. Well, he said millennials have limited patience. He said.
Very true. Very true.
I have much more probably. The older you get, I think it's natural to have less patience because.
Really? I thought it was more patience.
Well, you learn. I mean, okay, there's the wisdom of life that. Okay, you're sort of used to it, and you don't I don't stress it. Like once if there's nothing I can do about it, I'm chill. I can chill then. You're like, hey, I can't fucking do that. What am I gonna do? Why stress?
Right.
We'll I'll kick back, get the phone out, start scrolling or whatever. If I'm on the highway or something, here's a road, fucking a 2-hour delay on the fucking highway. Great. Those are always fun. You're right.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about that is just a waste of gas and the engine wear and tear. I don't mind sitting there listening to radio, smoking cigarettes,
I know, but you're on a trip that's gonna take 12 hours anyways, and now I got this 2-hour fucking backup here in Atlanta or whatever shit.
Oh, dude, it's weird because I think my patience was built just growing up in San Diego, the traffic, driving back and forth to work. It's it's an hour and a half there, it's an hour back. I went from California to Illinois over 10 times, Florida. So I think it's I kind of just got used to it,
Me too. Me too. And I'm from Detroit, and we had,
Motor City.
I learned to drive there, and it was fine. But there is nothing like that LA traffic, dude. Where
horrible.
Like there's no place in Michigan where you got to leave an hour and a half or more before you go to work. From where you live.
Yeah. When I was working for the military job, it was like that. It was that kind of traffic.
I was like, I just thought I said that is the craziest thing to put yourself in that kind of position, because imagine the hours of your life every week are there just sitting in that car because you're going to work back.
I don't know how it was in Detroit, but like in San Diego, I could take from my job, I could take the 5 to the 94 to the 805 to home. It'll take me during traffic hour. It should take only like 15 minutes and no traffic.
Right.
It takes like an hour and a half. So what I would do
at 8 at night, right?
I would get off work. It was right out there. So I just go down Rosecrans and I drive down by what do you call it? Go down Rosecrans and I drive the coast down. I go by the harbor, then I take the long way home. It's scenic, and I get there at the same amount of time. A little more stop and go, but it's more entertaining.
That's exactly what I did from my one job, because there was one way you could just take the freeway, and but at traffic it was a lot of you got to pay attention a lot. You know what I mean? It's like you could get home and you're not well rested, or you could bug off and take this beeline highway where you can actually you're limited to like 50 miles an hour or 55, but then it takes you about 10 minutes of that, kind of driving along in the middle of Scottsdale, let's say, or something like that, but then it opens up and you're in this just going down the desert, and it's beautiful and
more scenic, the scenic route.
And then when you get home, you just feel better because you just had a nice ride home looking at the sky and
more productive too. You're more moving more. You're thinking a little more, so it keeps you busy rather than just sitting I gotta do this. You're festering in that traffic sometimes.
So I have this habit when I'm on the freeway driving, where I always, like, of course you gotta, you know, whenever other cars are there, you're aware and whatever. But generally, I always want to like, and I pay attention all the time to. I want to be on the inside lane on a curve.
Okay.
I want to go in the straight. Like, okay, my goal is in my head. I want to go the straightest line I can. All the way. But what that does, it sort of just becomes a mental exercise. It's very helpful to keep me awake, things like that. Like, because I'm concentrating on that. And not to mention, it does save you time. And like, there's some big ass long curves where you want to be on that inside lane, not where all the 2 lanes of semis are, and shit like that.
Right.
And like, you can make up 20, 30 vehicles if you just are smart and keep the right speed going. And, speed is always your friend on the freeway. Like, you always want to try to maintain your speed.
I was always good at being like on the freeway. I was always weird. I was always good at like having traffic far ahead of me and far behind me, like I'm a suspect or something. It's like just my speed, I guess. Just had that gap between. Yeah.
And I mean, these days, I like to just set a speed. Generally, I'll just set it like 5 over or 7 over,
right?
And and I just kick it right there. But it's too, people are going too, that's the right lane. And then, I mean, I'm just saying most people are going faster than that. And then, but people in the right lane are generally not going as fast as I want to go, maybe.
Yeah, I always stick to the middle lanes. Usually the one right before the fast lane. Sticking that one my usual lane when I'm traveling.
If you have 3 lanes, I think the best lane to travel in is the middle lane, because that leaves people. That leaves people in the right lane to exit and whatever. Obviously, enter and exit or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
obviously, have you seen
go by the other side?
Have you seen like the freeway constructions they're having over there, like south of LA, going to, like, let's say I'm trying to think of the right area. But there's a part of the freeway they have like freaking 5 lanes, 2 fucking pay lanes, and a fucking bridge that goes over the center for something like commercial or something. It's crazy how much traffic is going on.
I can think of a place like it's near the airport, but it would be south of the airport, and this section would go east and west a little bit. Anyway, I can remember coming from the east, coming towards the airport from a distance away, but and all of a sudden, like, you're on this, like, you just can't believe all these lanes. Like,
St. Louis
10,
like that now.
11, is it 12? I mean, you're like counting them. I'm like,
like St. Louis like that right now. If I go to St. Louis where the Arch is, south of the Arch is a freeway that runs along the south of St. Louis where you see the stadium and all that. You could take north to 70, but if you stay on there, it's fucking 2-level freeway now. They have a lower level freeway and a top level freeway for through traffic and city traffic freeways. Strip, yeah.
Well, I just remember
there's a freeway above me. Where am I at? It's like, what the fuck's going on? It's a trip driving that.
I just remember most of the years I was in Palm Springs, and we'd always go down, like, we take the 10 to the 60 and then get on the 57 or something, I think, and end up like then somehow getting our way in down towards, like, maybe hit the 15 or something eventually. We'd always be angling down, going that direction towards San Diego.
You get that 15 will take you right at a 45-degree angle, almost all the way
Moreno Valley is one time we'd go through from coming that way from the 10 and then down. You're probably familiar with it.
I'm familiar with the 15, very much in the 10, yeah.
Because what you could do sometimes, if you didn't want to get off at the 60, you could just stay on the 10 until you actually hit the 215, I think they called it, or the 15, but. And then, and then you'd be obviously on your way to San Diego. But the taking the 60 would knock a little bit off that angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're probably like me. When I look at the map when I'm traveling, I look at the like veins. The highways is veins, and I look at which ways are the best passages, to go through, and I'll take those.
I mean, it's different. It's different if you grew up where you are, you just know
Yeah.
shit. Then like Detroit, man, I can get around Detroit. Like in other words, if there's a backup, I know it. Like
No.
always you can run into a place where you're fucked. So I'm not saying
Yeah.
that.
And all the
But-
locals and all the back streets to get to other places.
But sometimes when you're in these 2-hour long backups and it's like a city, you don't know the fuck where you're at. There's people that could get off and get around better than where you're at.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You just don't know it. You're right. You just
But also, isn't it surprising? I mean, it's surprising to me sometimes. I run into the majority of people that live in the same city that I lived in. They get lost on the streets, live in the same areas. They they're still clueless on maps and roads, north, south, east, west. It amazes me how people don't take that into common driving.
I guess I'm talking about my own experience. Like you're quick, you're intelligent, you're bright, you can move on a fly. You decide like that. Hi, Saint T.
Hey, Saint T. Oh, I gotta take Val's out. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Sorry, she's been bugging for a couple minutes.
So,
Speaking of somebody that can make split decisions.
when did I make a split decision?
Oh, maybe you made the decision to split. I had that backwards.
Right.
You've done that a lot. Haven't we all?
What? Go backwards? Yeah.
No, decide to split.
Oh yeah. When I split, I do.
Choose to
Yes.
split.
Hell yeah. Heck yes.
Yep. So, before Jill interrupted, there was something that somebody said something about you being hated by Ace. Did you catch that little statement?
Yeah, I get on Ace's nerves, He puts up with me a lot.
Okay, I didn't realize. I mean, he made it sound like there was an animosity or something, some kind of animus.
No animus. No animus. He's used to me.
Oh, good.
He's just got, he's a little bit autistic and, so I'm a little obnoxious, how it goes.
Well,
Who cares?
I don't.
Uh-huh.
Knowing what I do about your theology and how someone comes to be in a good spot with God, I thought he would be treating you friendly on the friendly side.
He does. He does. He's very tolerant. But it's not easy on him. It's not easy on him to be tolerant.
And even his view shouldn't be that objectionable to you. I would.
No, I'm not against universalism. It's kind of sweet. I hope it's true. But who cares about that? Tog is here with his weirdoism. Yeah.
I weird
With
what?
his socialism.
I don't know what it is. It looks sinister there.
It's
Oh, I
Tog,
took it
look
off.
what
Sorry.
Tog. Look what I got.
Give me a second. Is that a pancake maker? A waffle iron?
It's a tortilla press, dumbass. What kind
Oh.
of Mexican are you?
Wow.
An American one? I don't speak
Tog's
lick of Spanish. You
Mexican?
probably know more Spanish than me, dude. I don't qualify as brown man like that.
You didn't raise
I
up.
wish I did.
You weren't raised on tortillas.
Not like that. I did we did like tortillas and what was it?
Hey, Bon, welcome.
What's up?
Oh shit, it's
Sorry
Bond.
about last time.
Hey Bond.
Oh no,
Sorry,
you're
Todd.
good. I didn't wait very long.
Bon was actually here before you, so I felt it all right to interrupt you. Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, tortillas. Yeah.
See, over here, we use a roller and some flour. Just roll those suckers out.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to try this.
Yeah,
got
I mean,
some
they
matzah
work. They work. You just want
Do
to
you
cover the You want to cover both the top and the bottom with something.
Right. I know that. Grocery bags work best, Victor says. Like the thin grocery plastic.
Oh yeah. Those work good. Yeah.
They're good for condoms, grocery bags.
Honestly, I was going to order a bunch of parchment paper circles, but
Yeah, the grocery bags will work just fine.
and everybody has those. At
So you're
least
gonna make some?
I think I got everything. I want to try to. First thing I want to just try to. I'm gonna probably have to make a lot of them, but I'm gonna try to get like a perfect tortilla way to make it. 'Cause I'm one of those people like I'm down to the.
You want them
weighing-
perfectly circular?
I'm gonna be weighing my dough, weighing the water, whatever goes in it. I'll be making the same thing every time and try to do.
The best ones look like the state of Texas. They're all uneven. That's how you know.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Bond. Mr. Bond, I'm hard of hearing. What's your hat say?
What does my hat say?
Yes, sir.
It says "Make America Great." Oh, yeah. It says "Make America Great Again." I forgot I had this on from the other day.
Did anybody see my shirt?
Oh yeah, it's a
like a
real
baseball.
Trump shirt. Yeah. That's one way to get killed, is to go into public with that on.
Real American values. All American values now. All American values. It's me.
I forgot I had this picture up from the last stream I was in.
Trump is actually not making me very happy lately.
He doesn't satisfy that itch anymore.
No, I'm just look. I just I've never seen him do much that I could that I felt like, oh, that's a real criticism, whatever. But some of this messing around with this VP, to be even considering people like Tim Scott or Marco Rubio. I don't know about Bergman, but probably Bergman.
What about Tucker? Isn't Tucker going to be the VP?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's either going to be Vivek. I don't think it's going to be him. It could be Vance. JD Vance is in the consideration. These are those two at least are on the more MAGA side of things, or America First, I would say. But then there's Tim Scott and Marco Rubio. It must be like the senator or the congresswoman from New York, Stefanik. Like all those people, to me, they're sort of deep state people. They're establishment. You don't want Trump will be killed or something if any of those guys run with him.
What did you think of Vivek?
I like Vivek. I was a little hesitant at first because I got Obama vibes off of him, like as like it was it was obviously kind of it was just trying to figure out how much of it is scripted, just to be practical or whatever. Like sometimes there's practical changes, or like because he was kind of adapting from debate to debate, at it early on.
Mm-hmm.
What, you like him?
I did for a while. I don't know how I feel about him now.
I heard he had Soros. I heard he had Soros backing a while back. That he's kind of shy about now. But everybody's got a past. I don't know if you guys ever done any whoring, but I heard he did get some Soros money.
I don't. Yeah, I know he was into the big money and stuff, and I like. I'm usually like, I want to see, like, especially if a guy's a family man, I like to see how he acts and how his wife and stuff acts, and if you get a chance to see that, and I'm really impressed in that as far as that goes. So that has me leaning heavily on the guy. I think is a good, solid guy. He's looking after, he's going to look after families and, do what's right. I think. I kind of trust him. I think he's a straight shooter. I just care about people being transparent. We got to figure out how to keep these fuckers, in the light of day, and we'd be okay.
To know one, become one.
Yeah.
How about Chuck Schumer for VP? No.
Oh, to take Kamala's place? Well, that's one thing that Joe Biden was a genius about, was picking his VP. He made sure he kept somebody that everybody hated worse than him. And they can't even dump her because of the black vote.
Irenic, do you still have goals to run for office?
I guess I have. I'll be in if I attain any goals that I only have one kind of goal in mind right now. If that was to happen, then running for office could be a possibility, but it's not really any, sort of, the more I've been paying attention since 2020, when that was.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know if I see Marjorie Taylor Greene, basically that would be me, just people would hate me because I'd be, I'd be talking about, I'd be worse. I'd be naming names. I'd be saying this is, I'd be calling out the bullshit that's going on in these,
Oh, you gotta be careful, man. You don't want to huff it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just saying, I that's my nature. I couldn't, if I know something, I want to, my whole look, I would be running to, this would be my my plea to my constituents. Look, you put me in Congress and you will know what I know to the extent that I can.
It's a Jesus complex. I got the same problem.
No, it's just
that truth be told kind of deal.
What I learned, look, I figured this is how it works, because if I'm representing you, how can it be that I can get to know something that you don't? If you're in my district, that doesn't make sense to me. Any secret meetings going on or stuff that they don't share with the public, bullshit. There's no, we are the public. I am the public. I'm my public. That's how, so that, if you don't want my public knowing, Mr. So-and-so or Miss So-and-so, better not tell me, better not let me find out. And as long as my district keeps voting me in, you can just be the pain in the ass that you want to be, as long as that happens. And, I think, you'd have to live in the right district for, somebody to, like, she's got a good district, like if they censure her, they'll just vote her right in. Like her district will vote her right back in. Which they threatened to do, by the way. But I mean, I'm not that I'm a big Marjorie Taylor Greene fan. I like a lot of what she does, and I like that she's a fighter, at least. What do you guys think?
If Marjorie farted in an elevator, would you knock her out?
I smell ribs.
I don't know enough.
It depends on how offensive it was to my nostrils, probably.
Collard greens. Yeah, collard greens or something.
It might depend on what she'd eaten.
Is that a sweet potato pie smell?
But yeah. What,
It sounds like what you're talking about, Reddick. Most is miscommunication, ill communications. They're not discussing and getting together on certain topics and subjects. They're just going off the fly of their own parties and clashing, rather than having like I guess have an overall scope of what's going on and drizzle from there, rather than everybody just aiming their arrows up at each other.
Well, see, it'd be another thing if everyone, I don't know. I mean, I think this is probably doable somehow because they do have to keep these records. But if someone could really get in there, like somebody had suggested that all the congressmen should have to wear like NASCAR jackets that show all their sponsors.
Right, that'd be funny. Yeah.
King Solomon said, "A wise man doesn't disclose all he knows." I don't know what he was talking about, but that was in Proverbs.
Yeah, that guy hadn't sworn to represent some other people though, probably.
That sounds like job security to me. Just job security, yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference between being a king and a president, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Or a representative.
Yeah.
Is what job I was talking about.
What was that name of that contract where they got the kings, where the kings couldn't go around doing all the things they were doing? They kind of limited their power. I forgot what that's called.
The feudal system?
No, there's actually a document for that.
Abdication.
Yeah, that's it. It limits the king's powers, I think, and it puts it like it started the whole Parliament movement, right? The whole thing to get.
The Magna Carta.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like, the difference is between being a king and a president, I guess, is a timeline too, where it's at.
Well, obviously, the revolution was against the whole. I mean, that was part of what they revolted against was the king,
like King Louis.
The whole idea of being ruled by nobles.
Yeah,
that's why they elected a representative of the people and called him a president.
Supernatural authority is very controversial. Natural authority, not as much.
Yeah, especially when the natural authority uses supernatural authority to their advantage, not when the others don't know what the supernatural authority really is.
Don't you know God put that person on the throne?
I know it. Yeah, but a superior court judge is a good example of someone who takes natural authority and supernatural authority much too seriously. Yes, for my taste.
Well, I do like a trial or a judge of like I do like a 9-person panel, like to decide important matters.
Well, the weird thing is when they do like if you're talking about like juries, right? They select jurors. Now. They select them by where they work, how they work, what they do. So lawyers are able to see who the jurors are. If they say, that juror right there, he's got a fucking nice job and he does this and that, he's not gonna really abide with the guy I'm representing. I don't like him. They'll find ways to get jurors in there so they could kind of like sway it. That's how it's weird. So there's always some kind of manipulation at some level.
I have some ideas of how communities should be run, but I don't.
All it takes is one, though. All it takes is one for an acquittal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Thank God.
I think the model that at least as I picture for is kind of like the Israeli covenant model, but where like communities would be judged and ruled over by the elder men of the neighborhood, of the community, and how that whole meeting at the city gate and deciding things. I like that idea because what I like about it is to the extent you want to keep everything close, everybody, like these people that are discerning the matters and judging, they know everybody. They know the contact, they know the parents, they know the kids, they know it's like they know who the little troublemakers are. They can make, if assuming they're being fair, and they all want to be judged the same, right? That's important, that there's not, equal, we're treating everyone the same when they do a same crime, that kind of thing. I just like that idea. And then part of it is meting out punishment immediately. So there's no need for jails or anything like that. You know, and if it's a crime worthy of death, you just execute the motherfucker, and that's it. You know, so it just seems that's the way to go, something like that. But you're going to get justice in the hands of your community, but I think more than you would outside of it. What do you guys think
One
about
nut, one nut castration, one nut castration for first offense. Yeah.
You could tell who did it by the way they ride their bike.
I saw June. It was Junior, man. You can see the fro.
His bike's leaning to the left. They got him. Capital punishment. I'm down for that.
From the river to the sea, Israel must be free.
Wow.
I saw a right the other day in California. Boy, they were just out there protesting, boy, beating drums and shit, you know.
Yeah. Go powwow out there.
I know it, man. Green hair, they were pissed off.
Oh,
yeah, just cranky, boy.
Look at my tits. Look at my hair. Don't you care about me? Look at me.
I'm gonna make a jug of lemonade. I'll be right. I mean, I'm here listening.
Yeah, I say a lot of them need some psychiatric help.
Everyone needs psychiatric help.
I know. What's that? Gee whiz.
I mean, some more than
so
others, I
wrong.
would say, you know.
In this day and age with this technology, fuck, man, we had it better when we were just fucking learning how to thump a fucking elephant on its head.
I'm gonna go for this buffalo. You guys go ahead on that elephant. I might go hunt some baboons with the Africans later. I heard they taste good. Yep.
If we mate with them, we can make hybridizations and then make them our slaves.
Yes. A mulatto army, mulatto militants, mulatto militia.
We will make these brown men white and obedient.
Mocha cream, get your ass over here.
Oh, God.
We got too far, so that was eggshell white. All right, we'll put him with us. You're lucky, guy. Come here.
Can you imagine? That's exactly what aliens do to us if they exist.
I imagine, right? Like, let's say they will start like first of all, classifying, categorizing, and separating by things, and they have to go with the most obvious. Sorry.
Do you think they want the ones that are the most stupid, or the ones that work the hardest?
Well, if it's a slave thing, it's the work the hardest. Yeah, but that may be a balance in between because you don't want like it's like getting the right employee. You don't want the employee that's going to try to take over the shop, you know, and act like they own the place. You want the employee that's going to do their job. So it might be a filtration system in that case. Little light, slightly above retarded, but you know, below enough.
No, maybe. See, I think that's the key. It's today. It's like today's society. You throw enough entertainment, enough bells and whistles that they'll find purpose to do things in their meaningless life, and then boom, they'll never actually do that much uprising, except for those extreme radicalists that realize they're tired of the system. The system needs to be shut down.
Yeah, usually those are the older people that have been through the muck and they see the stuff. They start investigating after that, you know, drudgery of work. You say, "Oh, what the hell am I doing here? What's going on here? What the fuck's going on? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?" That starts happening. Sometimes they get a little old, and a little too late, you know. And but you're
Their
right.
daddies are their masters, man. Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah, you got a good way of controlling people through media and news and movies and rumors. Yeah, even made up stories. Who knows what's real nowadays?
I heard a joke the other day. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So I saw a black guy enter into a tanning salon. Pretty weird, right?
Yeah, that's it, right?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty weird, right?
Yeah. Fixing something there? Maintenance?
Yeah. How are you going to steal a tanning bed
You have no business
That's the
around these
joke.
parts.
Yeah. I eat is still a tanning bed. I heard that one the other day. It's like, wow. It was told to a black guy. He chuckled his ass off.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, but black people do tan. Like my uncle during the wintertime, he get a little lighter. Then summer, he would coach football and set up the little league fields. He would do a lot of community charity work. Man, after the summer, that guy come blacker than fucking Wesley Snipes, man. I swear. He come in the room, all you see is eyes and teeth. How's everybody doing? Oh shit. It's Uncle.
I'm earning my blackness because my ass is getting ashy.
Well,
I never
lotion up.
thought like my brown skin could. I'm like, how the fuck? What is this? My
Get some
roots
cocoa.
are coming out.
Yep. Get
Get
some
it, my
cocoa
roots.
butter on that.
Oh, I hate cocoa butter though. Dude. That's like the worst.
I had
I've always
cousins I
hated
used to smell in the
lotion.
house.
Yeah.
Cocoa butter.
Did you know that Greek people have tan buttholes?
Mhm.
What? Show me.
I see it on the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
What the ass Greek now? Who's Greek
Kinda
in
has
our
like a-
community?
Almost has like a Filipina tint to it. Especially around the lower edge of the butt cheeks.
Do you think it's because they get many visitors?
Right?
It's like a targeting system. This is where you stick it in. Right here.
Like a bee to a flower.
Eat a flower. There it is. The honey pot.
Whoop, there it is. There's that one joke about was it BB King? I said I don't know. I heard a while ago. BB King's wife wanted to honor her husband. She loved him so much. She went to the tattoo parlor and she said, "I want to get his initials tattooed on my ass. I want one big B on this ass cheek. I want one big B on this ass cheek for my husband, BB King." So she gets it done. She goes home. You know, she wants to surprise him. So she's opened the door. So she bends over. As he opens the door, he walks in, looks at her. He goes, "Who the fuck is Bob?"
Oh.
All right, I'm out for a bike ride. Thanks,
All right,
fellas.
bro. Take it easy.
Take care.
See you, Saint.
I better get rolling. So I've been on here for a while. I gotta get some grub and do a couple things. Good hanging, dude. I'll see you guys later. Take care.
Take care, Rick.
Yeah. You're like crackling.
Well, this is either a natural time to end it or keep going if you guys want to talk about something.
I don't know what to talk about. I just came on here to chill out for a minute, or I fuck off with the rest of my day.
Yeah, I got some stuff I still got to do for work. So
Sounds good. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming in. We'll say anybody
you,
want
Rennie.
to say
Take care.
anything before they leave?
Fuck all.
appreciate you letting me on, man.
All right. Thanks for coming back, Bon. See you.
All right. See you later.
All right.